Right. Hey, this shit is giving me a hard time today. Insert. Whew. YouTube is not working with me today. So, yeah. Hey guys, have you guys missed me? So it's another episode of Tennis Michelle Views where I give my opinion on what I am viewing on any mainstream media platform that you could think of. Okay. So, I am going to start to talk about Eric Adams and the migration issue. But of course, I just want to uh, start over about what has been stolen from me. I like to talk about my last lives and recap because I do feel like every time I do a live that it's like something to recap on or something that is being said. So the thing it's not really much because I didn't really say much my last live. I just wanted to come up because I wasn't up for a while. And I don't come up here like that because YouTube won't let me be great. My laptop won't let me do what I need to do in a timely fashion. Like I'm literally been trying to get this running for like an hour. Hey, somebody's here. Hey DC Hodge, what's up? Thank you for always being here with me. And so yeah, I just like videotaped a little bit of like what I was going through for mad long. Like I just got like a little bit of it. Like it was just showing me like I was trying to make my camera work and my camera would not work. It was like this for mad long. I had to keep closing the app out and adding the app back in and closing the app out and adding the app back in. But I'm here. I'm up here. Thank God. I was like thinking like, damn, I might not be able to come up here today either because it was just not working. And I was like, I just don't feel like coming up after fighting with my laptop for like 2 hours. And then I have to actually be up here for like 2 hours. So I was just like, this isn't working. So hopefully I'll have, I'm going to probably get an iPad. I was trying to get a PC, but I feel like I'm going to be really picky about the PC that I want. And I don't want it to be like cheap and then it just gives me the same problem. I want like a nice Apple or something like that. So I said it's gonna take me some time to get a PC. So I might as well just get like a new iPad and try to like see if I could work with that and probably do it. But I do have a phone number. So I am gonna put my phone number up and hopefully you guys could call in. I don't think you guys ready for that phone number or or talking to me. But anyway, I hope see I was glitching. I hope I'm gonna be able to be up here for a little while because I know that this computer is not acting right today. I don't know if it's cut from the rain, from all the rain that we had, but my services is fine. Like I didn't have any issues with my services. And I do want to talk about the flooding in New York. I mean, I told you people 1,000 times that it does not flood in the areas that American Negroes live, like where we really region at. It only floods in the areas where people that brought their butts over here and piled on in, it floods in their areas, which is like Smith and Ninth Street, Park Slope, Bay Ridge, by the water, Coney Island, going towards wherever else, Manhattan, Bronx. It does not flood in Kings County, okay? You know why? Because we have indentions. Our structure was beautifully architected. You could tell that the structures that they start when they started to pile in here in New York. You could tell the structures that they built, like the little streets and stuff that they built over in their areas, and like going towards like the Parkway and Coney Island, all the like water areas that we probably would never build in. You can tell they built those structures, and that's why it floods like that because their infrastructure is not built like the original people that built the infrastructure where we stay in Kings County. In Kings County, we have indentions. A lot of people that's from like East New York. Like I wouldn't. You could say Brownsville. A lot of people in Harlem too. In Harlem, they have the indentions. It's like where it goes inside. Like you know how like a driveway goes down? Like in the middle of our streets and our blocks, we got like driveways that go down all the way to the next block. So it's like an indentation. So it's like gonna be damn near impossible to flood when you have your street level and then you have the indentation levels. The water is gonna run down the indentions. Only people thing that people probably have to worry about is their basements, but I don't think it's gonna flood. It just would be probably wet or bad roofs where you got an old ass roof that never been replaced because these landlords don't replace shit over here. A bad roof probably could cause some leaks. But other than that, we didn't have any floods. We didn't have this. The scenarios that they're showing you on TV is just Pacific areas and on Pacific streets. And the Pacific streets that had the flood, it only goes for like 2 blocks or probably just that 1 block. And it's the way how they, it's the way how they infrastructured their streets. They have it going on an incline, so it's making like a puddle in their streets. I saw exactly what areas that was in. That was like going towards like all the way to back in Flatbush, all the way back, and all these are water areas. These are water areas. That's the areas that they this is the any areas that are like marsh, considered marsh areas. They take over and they live there because they are water people. They people in Nigeria, people in Asia, they literally live on water. They're below sea level. So when we have areas that's like below water, they like, ooh, we could use that. You know, we could utilize that because we live in water. You know what I'm saying? So we don't live in water. You know what I'm saying? So we would not never build out towards the beaches. Towards if we have any infrastructures there, it wouldn't be there for like, oh, we live there. I know it might not make 100% sense, but trust me, the people that gets flooded out usually are when you really pay attention to who it is. We don't live in those neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, and it's because they came over here and they started building out so they could be having places to live, but we don't build there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just want to clear that up because a lot of people's like, oh, New York is like underwater, this and that. I'm like, bruh, like check it out. It's not. We're not underwater. It's like literally dry as hell out here. Like, can y'all see that? It's like dry as it can get. Not a piece of water out there, and it wasn't any water. Oh, I took the thing off. Sorry, whatever. It wasn't any water flooding. It was just heavy rains. Which could have been concerning if it would have continued on for a couple days, but it only did it for like 1 day. Like the people that was complaining was the people that live in areas where it floods at. Um. So anyway, I just wanted to clear that up because it's like, bro, it's not flooding here. We good. Like they don't live where we live. They trying to gentrify the hell out of where we stay, like Bed-Stuy, East New York, this and that. But it's very difficult to displace a borough full of Negroes and whatever that popped out with us or whatever. Because like the original people that came here, they don't look as like some of these people. Like anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, let me talk about Eric Adams. I did want to touch on the migration situation and kind of like show some clips of things that I've been just seeing online. I seen Eric Adams become a master mason. Okay, you actually seen it, DC Hodge? Or do you live in New York? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Eric Adams is a Mason. Of course, all of them are in a clique. You're not going to be on no platform. You're not going to be making a bunch of money or this and that without going through the dues with these groups. If you're not a part of these groups, they're not going to support you to get to where you want to be. You're not getting there by being, oh, I'm cool. You got to be under a wing. You got to be mentored. You got to have a mentor. You got to be this and that. It's all a part of it. So if you're not going through those kind of ranks, you're not going to be in those positions because they got to make sure that you're like one of their They got to make sure you're one of them before they put you in a position of working for them. Like, are you kidding me? Like, anyway, so yeah, Eric Adams is definitely a part of the bullshit. And I mean, let's be honest, he looks very West Indian. So I mean, I'm pretty sure he's West Indian as well. I'm gonna show some clips of what was. Let me see. So yeah, so I wanted to first go over like how they were like mimicking me from my last live. You know, like to start off talking about how like they like literally are answering me. So remember I was talking about how like they all are doing this. So immediately that same week they had to respond back to me, and they had Lotto. What is her name? Just Lotto, or is it something else like Mulatto, whatever? 777 Lotto, whatever her stage name is. She came out and was like it was no reason for her to say it either. She's like, oh, I know y'all don't. She was like, oh, I know y'all don't think this means coke. She was like, this doesn't mean coke, and then tried to insinuate that I was old. Now, mind you, I ain't that old. Second of all, I am a preserved old. Like, I'm like preserved, bro. So it's like, that means basically I'm not really the age that I am because I'm not treating myself as people my age treat themselves. So I'm pretty preserved, and whoever else preserves, great. But I do. I'm definitely preserved. So I'm not really the age that they're saying I am because I knocked a lot of years off by preserving, okay, by treating myself very well, inside out. But anyway, she was like, "Oh, if you think this means coke, then you old or whatever." And I'm like, first of all, bitch, I ain't that old, and it definitely insinuates you playing with that sugar booger. It does not insinuate anything else. So anyway, she's making it seem like, oh, a runny nose and slime, like it means like slime, like it's slime time, whatever. But she gotta like come to reality because they love to like say something when they know for a fact it does not stand for those things. It definitely stands for if she her nose is constantly running, that could come from a format of you doing too much coke. But anyway, let me see. She said, yeah. So she was saying that it like basically they responded back to me and was like that this doesn't mean that, and if you think that means that, then you're old. And I'm looking like, bro, that's not a good enough excuse, baby girl. That's not a good enough excuse, baby girl. Because a lot of y'all are doing hard drugs. All of them are doing hard drugs. You kind of tell when a celebrity starts to get old and they don't want to do so much drugs no more. They're doing all that drugs and sex. And they start getting that body when they start to like rehabilitate. You know, like a crackhead that's they taking all them insures and they off the smack and they get like all swollen looking. And it's like, oh, okay, because, they back in rehab, they're trying to get their life together. So, yeah, a lot of celebrities, they get older and they start to get that rehab-looking body and look. Because they've been doing their thing for so long, then they start to get that penguin look. Like, it's just very awkward, like their body been stretched from this wall, from the window to the wall. And all the drugs with the body stretching of all the stuff that they do at these little whatever, even if they're not at big parties, they got to get down. Like, trust me, they're not getting away with not doing things, okay? They're just not getting away with it. Even the men is getting down too. So anyway, I know a lot of stuff because when you go into when you be like in raunchy places or like trying to go to like certain parties that's like, it's not a regular party. When you go to things like that, you start to notice that all the businessmen are here, all the important people, like all the people that got money and stuff is there. They there doing shady ass shit. Like I even had like a doctor was like drinking mad shots, and he was like, "Hey, you want a shot?" He was like some Indian guy, right? And he was drinking sambuca. And I took a shot because it was free. And then I was like, okay, you're going to have to transition to Hennessy shots because we don't drink Sambuca. But he wanted us to try the Sambuca. Then he was buying us mad stuff, right? Then his fucking phone rang. And he was like, oh, I got to go do a surgery. I'll see you girls later. Like, what? Like, so we got to understand that a lot of these people, when they have money and they have the assets and they live in the great life through the government indoctrination, they are definitely, some of these, I don't want to say every single body, but even the ones that's not doing drugs, they're doing something dark. They're doing something dark. Okay? Like, they're not a part of the crew being a nice, light person. Like, it's just not the way it works. Like, a lot of these people have it embedded in their souls. Like, you wonder how these people come over here and was doing all that murdering. They have animalistic DNA. Animals kill. Animals just go straight and kill and think it's okay, let me go eat a meal. Like that's the way I'm eating. You know what I'm saying? Like they out here killing whatever, and that's how they eat. and they don't see nothing wrong with it. They don't have no remorse. They don't think about it. So you gotta understand that's something that's embedded, and it comes with the territory of their background DNA. So it's just like I don't know this way too much to not know when I say things. It's like, bro, I'm saying it from experience. Like these people are straight, like, and then it's like, of course, I gotta be there because if you're not there, how you making any money? You gotta be all these places. How you making any money? What money you making? These jobs make sure you're broke. So you're gonna have 2 or 3 jobs. I've been there. I've been there before too. And I'm telling you, your body don't even know what's going on when you work in more than one job. When you work in like 2 jobs or 3 jobs, you don't. Your body is confused at that point. Like, what are you doing? And they're literally trying to kill you. They're trying to work you to death. It's a real saying. It's a real thing. Um, I saw some video the other day. She was like, "There's no jobs out here." Let me see where that's at. That video where she was like, "It's literally no jobs out here, bro." And the guy was like, "Oh, it's not that it's no jobs. It's just because you're not doing the right thing in your resume." He's saying, "Oh, you gotta put keywords and this and that." It's like, bro, you doing all that just to make somebody work for enough to survive because you're not doing more than that for them. And then you want them to do so much for a resume, and then you're rushing migrants to work when regular people are saying, "Hey, they're having a hard time finding a job." So what are you rushing them to? To nothing? But of course they got something for them. These people are coming with a package deal, okay? But at the end of the day, it wouldn't make no. If they didn't have a package deal, why would they be rushing somebody into get working when there's mad people out? Everybody's losing their job left and right, haven't been back to work for years, and they're sitting here rushing people to go to get what job? What job? What work are you getting these people that these other people have been waiting for or trying to get? Like what's the how would that end up working? So anyway, yeah, so I did want to talk about that. They definitely answered me when I said about that slime. They tried to cover it up. There's a lot of people in what was this guy named? He did the slime thing too. He was like, oh, Drake. Drake did a song called Slime or something. And Holly Berry was like, she didn't want her on, and she was like, what does that even mean? Like, even Holly Berry didn't know what that meant. Like, what she's like, what does slime even mean? Like, she's like, don't put me on that. And then he got her looking mad wild. So it's just like they're not even giving a good definition of what it even means. They're not even providing a great detail. And it's because it's exactly what the hell I said it means. And they try to give a mad little different definitions. And I was just like, none of that makes any sense. It's coke. It's definitely coke. Um yeah, just show. And somebody said they wanted to have me model my little. Somebody said they wanted me to model my little outfits. If y'all don't, I'm not modeling no outfits. Like, what's wrong with y'all? I was like, no, because this is not a good enough camera to model anything. Like, you can't even see like it's like a blur. Like, you can't even see like the details or nothing. Like, I'm definitely working on my iPad. The iPad that I'm getting should be way better, and hopefully I could download OSA on my iPad. I'm not sure if I could or not, but if not, I'll figure it out. But yeah, I wouldn't even try to do nothing with this camera. This camera shot is terrible. But look at this guy. This guy was like,
Sounds like yours. Yes. It usually means that someone has had autoimmune disease where things are kind of eaten away. Yes. Or a lot of trauma, or on the other hand, a lot of use of cocaine.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
Can you tell us which one or combo? Yes.
Look at her face. She's sick.
So let's go out. Okay. Big party. Yeah.
So mind you, he said the first he was like, "Oh, you could have had a disease." She was like, "Yeah, yeah," saying like she had a disease. He like, "No," or you could be doing a lot of coke. And she was like, "Ooh," and he's like, "Now which one is it?" Looking at her like, "Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Have you been doing a whole shitload of coke?" Now look.
Drinking. Okay. I mean, cocaine. Yeah.
No, it's not surgery. It's cocaine. The cocaine ate her anatomy up in her nose.
When I went out. When we see a nose like yours. Yes. It usually means that someone has had autoimmune or a lot of.
Yeah, she tried to give an excuse, but she admitted that it was a lot of coke.
A little bit. Maybe a lot. Behind the habit. Yeah.
She said she did a little bit of coke, and they was like, "Oh, a lot." They had to tell her, like, "No, no, no."
When we see a nose like yours,
Yes.
They was like, "No, no, no, not a little bit, a lot."
So you just go out, drink party of it. Yeah.
thinking and taking drugs.
Okay.
Let me go ahead.
Yeah, I do. A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Well, a bit.
Maybe a lot.
Behind the habit. When I went out.
When we see a nose.
Okay. Some people gotta live in their reality, bro. This bitch don't. If they don't help her, if they didn't help her in her reality, she will continue to think it was an automated disease. That ain't what happened to you, baby. Ain't no automatic. She was like, yes, that's that one. That one. They like, no, this isn't giving that. It's giving coke. That's the coke ate her nose up. So they know that they do. Even the doctors is like, we know what's going on out here. We make good money. We know what the rich people are out here doing. Like, we know how you got rich, and we know you got to do a lot of drugs to be okay with how you got rich. Because they're all blue-collar criminals. They're all criminals. They're all a part of the mob. They're all organized crime. It's all organized crimes. All right? They're not worth nothing. Only people that's worth anything is American Negroes. When you hear about the slavery stories, they say, "Oh, well, this American Negro, this baby that's being born is worth $300." And when I start to think about when they say these babies are being born for a certain amount of money, it's like, well, how is the baby? Well, how do you know the baby should be worth $300? Or is the baby being born under a trust and they're automatically worth money? This is what I heard. I heard we're worth a certain amount of gold. Every American Negro that's born, or every American that's born, a part of the trust is they automatically have money. And even in slavery movies, and I say slavery movies because we know that slavery was a scam, right? So in slavery movies, even they say, "Oh, this nigga right here is worth 300, or this person is worth," because they know how much we're worth. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to give you that with no one. You're not going to hear this nowhere else. They're not going to say, "Oh, this Mexican is born. He worth something." They sell those people all the time. They sell the Filipino. They sell those Asians all over the place. It's human trafficking all the time. They don't say, "Oh, this person is born worth something." But when we were slaves, Negroes is born and worth shit. Okay, we had paperwork coming with us. They knew the worth of us, and they was over there selling us on the. I would, it's just like Wall Street. They were selling us on the on the bill. You see what I'm saying? Because they know how to access our trust. They knew once they started to be able to do that, boom, next thing you know, we're being sold all over the place. Not sold somewhere, but worth money. Because some of these people didn't get sold. They was just on the plantation, but they're worth money. They're worth something. That slavery was a scam because when slavery originally happened, they never showed us any movies or any kind of like visual of the original indentured servants, which were African and Russian, whatever that was coming over here. The original black and white people that was coming over here as indentured servants. We got no movies on that. We got no movies on when the white people were doing their servitudes and and then once they did their time and they paid their debt off for coming here to be a worker, send money back home. They still do it to this day. To this day, they come here to be a worker, get their paperwork and stuff, and they send money back home, whatever. When they came over here originally, we get no visuals of them being in indentured servitudes. We don't get no movies about these black and white people coming over here and being indentured servants through contract. They never give us no information about that. But yet they start slavery off in the South, harassing the shit out of us, out of Negroes. Like, just on our backs. Just won't stop. The movies won't stop. If we got any movie, if we get any movies, it's either some lame ass movie about love. Oh, I mess with that man, she mess with my man, I mess with her man, and then we all about to fight. Or somebody shooting because she mess with her man and I mess with her man and he about to and we about to die. Or it's about riding around robbing people because her man needed some money and she needed because she was messing around with his friend, and now people going to go to jail. What kind of fucking movies is that? When we are inventors, we are inventors. We invented. They give us a little bit of our, but they don't give us enough. We invented so much they could give us way more movies about that. They don't give us no movies about who built all these infrastructures, who built the. They don't got nothing on it. They just be like, oh, this person, but he died before a year after. None of it makes sense. If this architecture died a year after he started his project, how is this his project? It went on for years. It goes on for so none of this stuff makes no sense, right? We got to understand that the Underground Railroad is a real actual underground railroad, like Portia said. It's actually, do you take the train when you go to work? Do you go underground and take the railroad? It's a real underground fucking railroad. So when they say, oh, like the Underground Railroad, niggers is running out, we have real railroads underground. And that was the deal. The deal was that we was going to go over there and engineer around 1860, the late 18 somethings when they even started to make deals and even bother with these people. We went over to France and stuff to make their underground railroads. It's cool. I forget what they call their underground railroads. I forget what they call it. I had it in here somewhere, man. So that's what the Underground Railroad is really us going over there to help them out of what we already had before the 1860s. Before we started helping them, we already had the Underground Railroads over here. Okay, that's why you can see railroad, the train stations in all these old pictures because the train station and all that was already done. We already had our infrastructure up. Yeah, so I did want to go over a couple other coke things. Let's talk about all these people getting locked up. Sex offender, registered sex offenders. Why we not? We don't really even know what's going on. Rashad Jamal, all these people getting locked up for sex offending. Look, even these people, their friend. He got locked up for sex, doing some weird sex. All these people are going down for sex because, mind you, I told you when you get on a big platform, they got dirt on you. You can't do nothing without blackmailing. No one's going to be on no platform without no good blackmailing. They're going to put you up to do some messed up stuff like Charlemagne. All these people are going to be doing stuff that's super illegal. And when it's time to play with them, they're going to bring it out. Why do we care about these things now? Because it's time for them to reset. They're resetting things. So a lot of people got to go out with the old and in with the new. All these places that's flooding, that was the old people that came parking in here 100 years ago. They got to flush their butts out of there so they can let the new immigrants that's going to come and do a better job because these people done cashed out. These people done messed up a lot of money with credit, with loans. They could barely pay all that stuff back. Their homes that they don't really, it's no ownership. They just, mortgaging and refinancing and this and that. They don't really got no money. They're trying to push debt here, push debt. That's when you refinance, dude, just pushing debt. You got no more bread no more. You don't got no real funds. So they kind of want to get these people the hell out of here and bring new fresh blood to get more new credit, more new interest, more new mortgages, and they're going to get fresh money back. That's why we in so much debt because the people that got stuff, they're not really putting a lot of money into it. They got a lot of, they're on a lot of borrowed time. Fucking fly. I hate mosquito bites, and it shouldn't even be no more mosquito bites at this point. I call them mosquito bites. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, this is all a fucking scam, and American niggers gotta stop financing the foolery. We can't really do much. We could do a lot, but it's gonna take all of us to work in unison, and that's damn near impossible. So unfortunately, because we cannot work in unison, because it's a lot of lost Negroes that's just gonna be lost. It's a lot of people that's still on a lot of drugs and they're still retarded. And it's a lot of Negroes that have a little something and they don't really want to transition it for a bunch of Negroes that are all in these different categories. It's like, bro, what am I going to mess up my little something for people that's not even ready to even get onto one accord? So, yeah. It's just a lot of people getting locked up, and they're not telling you. Just like Little Baby was going to jail, all these people, Jay-Z was on trial. All these people, they're not telling you what they really getting locked up for. When did we ever hear about them doing, like, they just pop it up out of nowhere, or they say, oh, something else happened, but they're not telling the real truth on what these people going to jail for. The police, everybody is in that. A lot of these people are all ignorant. The feds, all these people are part of, all these things are put in place so this storyline could continue. You see what I'm saying? Like, they're all put in place. The police, the feds, this and that, they're all in place to keep American Negroes being public enemy number one. And everybody else is pretending they don't have no idea on what's really going on here while they eating as much as they can before they get kicked back out to their country. You see what I'm saying? But you just gotta stop financing them. You can't spend no. If you're going somewhere, what the fuck is this? See, I took the fucking bug. Like, it literally was like following me, bro. Like, get out of here. Now you're dead. Like, fucking around with me, man. Fuck with them Capricorns. It's like, yeah, we don't want to keep seeing you. We want to get rid of you. We want to get rid of the problem. Anyway, uh, yeah, so like you see this guy, he was this is random, but he was doing like some cooking show. Like, is you telling me they not on cocaine and he got a full outfit on with glasses and a hat cooking a whole meal? Like, who cooks a whole meal with sunglasses on? Like, bro, you that toe up? What kind of drugs is this guy on? And then it's like, you can't say he drunk and high because he talking regular. He on that sugar too, because they be all excited and moving mad fast. They be all antsy. Nigga cooked a whole meal with his sunglasses on, bro. Hey y'all. I'm so thankful it's more people here. Let me stop and give my little shout outs. Hey Styles Horn. Hi Kay Harris. Thank you for saying hello, beautiful. Rocky Masari, Carmar, you always here. Thank you for being here in my chat all the time with me. I do appreciate it. I'm still waiting for some of my regulars, like my little twins in them, but they probably ain't in the house because I know if they was home they'd be up here with us. But thanks for being here. Yeah, so I do want to also talk about the G Herbo thing as well. You see how they were showing some guy being G Herbo. Now the thing is, I think they trying to be funny, man. That's probably G Hope. That's probably G Herbo's direct cousin. You see what I'm saying? These people are coming from different countries, bro. You think these celebrities is from here? That's why they are put on. That's why they are naturally put in place. Their family members be all dead and their friends be all dead because these people come from different countries and they be coming here to just like do whatever it is they do. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever they get paid for, bro. So I think that this is like G Herbert's direct cousin, and they know he's from like a different country, and that's why they showing it. Like yeah, G Herbo comes from this. So of course they're gonna come to America and do all this dumb buffoonery and influence you to be a thug and go to jail because when G Herbo's done, he goes back to his country and do his little dance. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be with his cousin. He gonna be with his cousin. Dan, look at how his cousin got a wolf shirt. So don't think that this is by accident. This is all strategic. This is G Herbo's cousin, direct first cousin, and he has like a wolf shirt on and things like that, and it's not by accident. You know what I'm saying? And remember, I was telling y'all that story about how the guy was like gyrating. Remember, he was gyrating his pelvis. Remember, I was telling y'all about how they gyrate their pelvis. And I was sitting down just like this, and he was doing this dance he was holding on to the bus, and he was right by my face, and he was thrusting his pelvis by my face. So I was just like, yo, this is exactly what I was talking about, because I was on a bus, and then I was like, bro, like, I got up. I was like, let me get up. And I was like, excuse me. And I got up because he was like, boom, boom, boom. He was hitting it. He was hitting it right on my fucking head, right by my ears, bro. I think I was feeling the girth. I was feeling the girth, by, like, it was like whiskering by like a fly, like, I was like, oh, hell no, got the fuck up. I got right up and was like, excuse me, sir, you can have this seat. Cause like, no way. Like he was basically doing this. this was my. I was sitting down, and his pelvic was right by my ear. His pelvic was right by my ear, bro. And I didn't know why he was grinding his pelvic. Yeah, like Nick Rose, I was looking just like that. I was looking like I don't. He was like dee, like he was like busting it. He was like busting it right by my face, and I was looking like I was like, no way, it's no way. After a couple of thrusts, I was like, nah, let me up. I was like, let me up. Excuse me. Like my eyes, I was like, what? He was like, boop 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 boop. Like he didn't care. He did not care. This guy don't care about this guy's face. He didn't care about my face. I was like, mm. No way. Yeah. So another topic, Tupac. Everything that I've been talking about, they've been talking about, bro. Like, I feel like, even remember when I was telling you about the prostitution that used to happen in East New York by Stanley? By going to the exact place that I was telling y'all. The funny thing is they stopped. They weren't outside like that no before. Like when I was like getting older, it kind of stopped. Like people were still prostituting over there, but it wasn't like they was outside like they used to in like them lingerie outfits. And back in the days in like the 90s, they used to have like fur coats on with like lingerie, like shit under. Now these bitches just outside with just lingerie on, no fur coat, nothing. They just out there looking dirty. And I was like, since when all these prostitutes started to come back on Stanley? And what is that? Like Stanley and what is that? Hinsdale and no, that's Sheffield, and it's like, when did they start coming back out there? Now the police is out there. It's like a big investigation. They got it on YouTube. I'm like, they drove around all the blocks that I was talking about, going towards Sunnydale. And I was like, bruh, since when these bitches came back out there like that? Because they were not out there like that. They were still acting weird. And I'm glad they got them dudes, because I used to try to go to like Popeyes over there. And one day I went to Popeyes over there and I was looking cute. And them nasty pimps tried to come out and they was violating. They was like, they tried to say something to me and I was like, no. And it was like, just because I was dressed like sexy, they thought, oh, I'm about to just violate you and talk to you, man. Wow. And it was very disrespectful towards me. They was trying to act like they was trying to like be friendly, but they really pimps. And it's like, bro, why don't you dip off? And he was like, oh, bitch, started like I had you like act like he just had me out. And I was like, can y'all move along, bro? And I'm arguing with these loser niggas and they went back in that little van and they be watching them girls, but the girls don't be outside like that. But now they got them outside again. Like I'm telling y'all, I never seen them outside like that until just recently after I was talking about it like 2 years ago. And I was like, because I talked about it, they brought them bitches back outside. Like that's weird. So I'm just saying, like everything that I say, it be like on the news, it be like viral. Everything that I say comes to like fruition, whatever. But anyway, I just thought that was weird. I'm like, bro, have y'all not been seeing them talking about them prostitutes on Pennsylvania and Stanley? And the thing is, they haven't been out there like that because they closed that hotel down in the back, Oasis. They closed that hotel down a long time ago because I remember when I used to try to go to that hotel here and there, trying to do a sneaky hotel run, and them nasty pimp dudes, they will be there in like the back part where you park at, and they'll be harassing the people you with, harassing you, and it's like, bro. So of course they had to shut that down because the pimps was taking. They was they had like they had folding chairs by that hotel. So that hotel got shut down, and that was years ago. So I don't know when they started to pop back out, but whatever. I just thought that was weird. That it's like such a big deal now, and the police have done like you could see like shows about it now. And like they are all taking videos of these girls. And I'm like, sis, when is that a topic? No one cared. They've been out there forever. No one decided to put this on mainstream or talk about it before I did. No one was talking about them prostitutes over there before I said something about them. Nobody was going over there videoing them girls. But anyways, what do I know, right? I'm just a little January Capricorn predicting a motherfucking future. But But anyway, so now Tupac, right? So now Tupac, they saying like da da da. But I just want to show y'all that these are two boys, bro. And if you ask me, I think Tupac is a female and Jada is a boy. I think they're I'm not sure about how inverted they are, but what I do believe is that it's an all boys club. I believe they're all boys. I believe they're all transvestites. They're all queens. They're all entertainment queens. They're all drama queens. They're all men. They're all men. These are all boys. Um, have y'all seen Young Pharaoh lately doing his little stuff? The general. Now he's the general, but yet he's from Egypt. Like, can somebody tell Young Pharaoh they don't got no generals in Egypt? Can somebody tell the one-eyed bandit that they don't got no generals in Egypt? There's no generals there. Generals is over here, poo poo. Generals are made over here, poo. I know you don't think you George Washington. I know you don't think you're the general of the Continental Army of the continent. I know that's not who you think you are. I thought you was an Egypt guy from the land of sand and dirt. Like the sand dune worms. Some niggas got worms. They got worms in their butt. They got worms on their butt. You know how they make silk? Did you ever see how they make silk? I say, yo, these people don't never stop doing nasty shit. They stay doing nasty ass shit. We wear cotton. Cotton is not from worms and shit. They make silk out of worms. They put worms, they let it dry out, then they gotta I don't know what they do with these worms, but somehow it becomes silk. And no wonder it's so itchy and hot and sweaty. And mind you, they gotta wear silk in a hot ass area. Silk should be banned in that area, bro. And that's the kind of material that they own. It's their origin. It's their stuff. They have silk, and Danny, you said NYC is done for? No, no, NYC is not done for. The same areas that always flood is flooding. The same areas that always flood is flooding. In East New York, in most of Bed-Stuy, we didn't experience no floods. We didn't experience no floods. Heavy rain, no flooding. No flooding because our infrastructure is built for it. Our infrastructure is built for it. A lot of people don't know about the indentions over here. We have a lot of indentions. Harlem has it as well, where it goes inside. Like some of the blocks and stuff goes inside. So water has to level. The water would never level to flood here because of how we infrastructured it. The fairly new stuff that they infrastructured to build more area for the immigrants that came here 100 years ago, and they had to expand. They expanded our area. They are flooding. They are flooding. Okay? So that'd be the white people, the Russian people, the Italian people. That'd be the West Indian people. The majority of them live over in those areas. A lot of American Negroes and black kind of Spanish people that's kind of like they must have messed with Negroes or whatever. Who knows how they ended up. We live in areas that we always resided in the original areas. And the original areas don't really flood. It don't happen. Unless they forcefully flood us because we're not by water. We're not by water and we didn't build by water. A lot of these people live by the water. You can't live by the water and expect for heavy rains to not flood you. Like, that's just stupid. If you have a sink full, right? If your sink is full, and then next thing you know, a whole bunch of rain comes down on that sink. Because if the river is already full of water, the ocean and stuff is already full of water. So if it's more water coming down, it's going to overflow with that area. So why live in that area? Most of the time, black people, we will vacation by the beach. That's like vacation. It's not, so that means certain times of the year. Vacation usually happens during the summer when it's hot and we don't have to worry about the rising of the flooding area. Like, I mean, it's common sense. And a lot of the stuff that flooded is already back almost dry in a day or two. In like 2 days, that shit will be dried up. They just got to clean it up. And a lot of those people don't like to clean. So that's why a lot of flood happens in the Bronx and stuff because it's dirty. You see all the garbage that was floating around too? See what I mean? Got to keep your area clean. They nasty as hell over there. Nasty as fucking hell. Okay? When you start leaving Brooklyn and going towards Manhattan and Uptown, you're going to start to notice the change. of the atmosphere. You're gonna be like, oh, these people are insane over here. These people are crazy as fuck going down this way. And any American Negro that moved down that way got pushed out by welfare, bro. Like welfare be trying to push Negroes out all over the place. Like get out of this area. They don't want us in this area, but it's very hard to clean the area out, to gentrify the area, because a lot of American Negroes don't like to go places they don't know. They like to stay where they at. You know what I'm saying? No matter what the course or whatever they gotta do, they like to be where they're from. We don't want to go to the Bronx. A lot of Negroes is never gonna go. They're gonna be like, no, no, I'd rather move out of state. I'd rather move to Maryland or certain places that they know them and their family from. They ain't going to the Bronx. Their family and people not from there. We're not gonna be comfortable in being like, even if we were to go there, we gotta come 3 hour tour on the train or a 3 hour drive just to come back and see our people and our friends and our family. It don't make no sense. And that's the places that's flooding, because that's marsh. It's marsh areas by the waters. It's by the waters. But anyway, I hope you guys understand that. And that goes for like a lot of places in other countries. They're trying to show you a lot of places in other countries that's under floods, right? And they go through way different floods than us. Their floods is a total. Their homes are falling in. They got boats coming. That's the totally different, because they are surrounded by water. They don't live. They don't have a main land. So when you don't have a main land where most of the water is just going to take over this area, because you're surrounded by a lot of, like, the whole land is surrounded by different like island, like a bunch of islands together and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Manhattan is surrounded by water. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, anyway. So in other countries, when it floods, they don't show you the other parts of the country that ain't flooding. Ain't no goddamn flooding there. So it's sometimes when you're like, oh my God, help us. Those people who go somewhere else in their country, they don't gotta come here. They don't gotta say, hey, let's take these people and bring them to a different country. Why? The whole country ain't in flood. The whole entire country is not in flood. That's just these certain areas that's in flood. And sometimes, 9 times out of 10, those areas probably are known to be flood areas. They're called flood zones. They're called flood zones. You know you can live in a flood zone, right? You know you could purchase a property and live in a fucking flood zone. So and then a lot of people that come and live in flood zones are coming from somewhere that they don't even know. They don't know the area. They don't know nothing. So they're going and living in areas and they're not aware of the flood zones, that these places flood over here. This area floods over here because of the way how it's infrastructure. But anyway, hopefully people can understand that. Sometimes I feel like the flooding happens on purpose. It's not by accident. They want these certain people to get out their homes. They want them to have a lot of debt behind it to try to clean up something, and to the point where they're like, I can't, like, they already messed up their jobs and they're already valid for bankruptcy. You think they really got enough money to fix their homes off of it's like catastrophe after catastrophe, right? Because they're trying to uproot them and get them up out of here. Unbeknownst to them. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them are complaining and complaining. It's like, bro, y'all gotta leave. Y'all don't get that? Y'all don't get that they're washing y'all out. They're cleaning. They're cleaning slate. They want you gone. They're going to rebuild. And guess what? It ain't going to flood for another 30, 40 years, because the new people are going to come in. And they want them to live and obtain a lot of debt. And they get them the hell out of there. You know, that's just the way I see it. Like, I see that that's been their routine. You know? So anyway, Tupac and Jada, like I said, these people are con artists. From day one, they've been on. Who does this as a young person? Who does this? These people been on from day one. They knew that they were going to be. They knew they were going to be on from day one. Jada Pinkett mother being a crackhead, Tupac mother being an African, fake African, because you know there's no such thing as an African. They're all from Venice. They're all from the back of Mexico going to Brazil. Brazil should not be South America, because Brazil does not connect to this continent. We are not connected to the back of Colombia, this and that. We are not connected to that land. It's water in between us. So we're different continents. We're different continents. I don't even know why they consider that America when we separate by water, which means they should no longer be considered America. You see what I'm saying? But this is the scam that Brazil, Colombia, and Peru and all these people play. They play a game like they're South America, and they're not. They're not connected to America. They're not connected to America. So these people that went past that equator, it's not even connected to America. They became blackened. You could be dark skinned, but once you become blackened, that means you're a part of the heritage that did not listen, that went beyond, got lost angels, went past the shadow, the valley of death, which is Mexico, the valley of death, which got a bunch of bones. Well, I wish they would go over there and figure out who are all those people bones in Mexico. Like why it's like a site that you could go visit, and it's about people being murdered and killed, and they leave the bone, they left the bones there. We don't know who bones that is. Um, so when you start going out that way, you're already in the no. You're in the no. You're in the danger zone. Danger. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to already become out of God's good graces. You know what I'm saying? You're going to Sin City. You're going over to Death Valley. You're going over. You're going over to an area where they're not civilized. Okay, they live in the wild. Tarzan is the Tarzan concept is from Brazil. That's where Tarzan was raised by monkeys. Am I tweaking? Wasn't Tarzan made raised by monkeys? Tarzan is like a prodigy, like a joke, like a mockery of George of the jungle. So George is a regular guy, but they make George a monkey. Curious George. They make George a monkey, but Tarzan is the one that was raised by monkeys, and Tarzan is he's making mockery of George, and they make George a monkey, but George is not a monkey, and Tarzan wasn't a monkey, but Tarzan went out to the planet of apes. He went out to the planet of apes where there's nothing but monkeys back there. Y'all got nothing but monkeys going on all over. Back there, China, India, India, all of that. Y'all all got the monkeys back there. So when you're going that way and you're being raised by monkeys somehow, like you see what I'm saying? This is the wild. These are wild things. See what I'm saying? That's where you get the concept of Esau and the hairy person. It's either you got hair like you got what do they call it? You got hair like peach fuzz. It's either you got hair like peach fuzz or you're hairy. It's either and peach fuzz leads to what? Georgia, right? So it's still another reference of being George at the direct descendant of Adam, where we're hairless, we're peach fuzz, you got boy face, where you don't really grow all of that. You don't really grow all of that. That grows on different men. That grows on the descendants of other. See what I'm saying? Like we could grow facial hair, but it would not be full. Like it just don't work for us because we do peach fuzz. We like, see what I'm saying? And that's why the Bible talks about hairy and not hairy. Like it's literally the Bible is Negroes cutting up. If you are American Negro from the South, you could tell that Bible is us cutting up. Like we talking hella shit. We talking crazy. You could tell that somebody is gossiping like crazy. And we talk about features, we talk about everything, like recognize it. Because this is how I talk. I be looking like I know it all. And it's the same way that Bible is structured. It's like, look, remember our names, remember where you from, read this book. Have y'all ever saw the movie The Notebook? Where the lady, she had amnesia or something like that, but every time she wanted to remember who she really was, she had to go back into that book and read that book. And remember that book was based off of them being in North Carolina, and she lived in a big mansion in North Carolina. They was working in the, they still are stories, bro. Like that. Remember, they made sure that that girl had red hair. Something Adams. Her name is something Adams. And mind you, her name is Rachel Adams, and they had her play that role with that other boy. But anyway, that's beside the point. Remember that all these movies is based off of biblical. Like they owe us money because they make so much money off of our biblical story, and they put it in entertainment to keep the biblical kids shutting up. They pacifying us with entertainment. They know we like the book. They know we like the story because it's our fucking book and it's our fucking story. So they know we love it, and they give us a lot of entertainment of it. And then they also transition our entertainment with violence, ignorance, and stupidity because they gotta make sure that they are putting the pill in the food. You know how like you try to give a child medicine? So that ignorant shit is like the medicine being hitting in the food, hitting in the entertainment. Like, here, take some of this retarded pill so we can keep you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta come out of dealing with any of these people because all these people was here for your demise to make sure that sharing is caring. The beginning of the new version of the Bible, it started the very beginning of the introduction as sharing is caring. It's all about taking our resources and providing it out to everybody else. The Bible tells you about how Joseph was rationing out the bread during these times when people were coming here to beg us for help. They're asking us for money. They're asking us for food. They're asking us for shelter. You see what I'm saying? It's the same stories, okay? When they show you Germany, those people were starving. They were never, if people were dying and they say, oh, they were killing us, why y'all look like y'all was starving first? What does starving got to do with you getting gas chambered? Like, how does, and they be like, oh, because they weren't feeding them. Okay, of course they're going to tell you that because those people were really just starving. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was no, oh, they weren't feeding them, this and that. No, they were all were fucking hungry. They all were starving. They take our shipments and they take them out of here. Our shipment, we don't eat nothing. We don't eat none of this shit. We know that none of this stuff is good. We don't eat no Chinese nothing. We eat Uncle Ben's rice from here. We don't eat their Chinese rice or their jasmine rice. We eat Uncle Ben's rice. We don't gotta wash that rice. We gotta wash the nasty rice that comes from other countries, but the rice that comes from here, Uncle Ben rice and stuff, you ain't gotta wash that rice because that's nothing but starch. You just wash it in the starch off. It's no bugs. It's no parasites in our stuff because we don't come from a parasitic area. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, so like Jada Pickett was like, oh, now we could get some closure. Now we could get some closure or whatever because they came up and arrested somebody. Closure for what? You stink. So this is why I don't deal with celebrities because they are really disgusting. She know Tupac is not dead. She know that from day one, her and Tupac, Will Smith, all of them was in that same circle playing a bullshit game. From day one, Will Smith, I had something that showed that Will Smith, what was it? Will Smith did something, and I was like, bro, see, they been knew each other. It was like something where, I forgot what connection I had with them. Where it was like Will Smith, all of them, but trust me, they're all in cahoots. They're all in cahoots. Will Smith is a part of it. Jada Pickett. Will Smith doing gay movies and nobody saw that gay movie that put him on. Like, come on, these people are sick. These people are sick individuals, man, and y'all really trust them. They're actors. They're acting like they're good, wholesome people, and they're nasty. They probably put doodle in their mouth. You know, they probably make somebody shit in their mouth for sexual pleasure. They probably tape cantaloupes to their chest. They probably put their white bra on and put cantaloupes in the bra and walk around like Kris Jenner husband putting on fake titties and walking around in the house with a dress on. They said the kids said they saw him doing that. But yet they acting like they normal people every day. But we're seeing your father in dresses and fake titties before he transitioned. You were seeing your father come down at night. Now, mind you, did he have to come outside at night to the kitchen with that getup on? No, he's exposing his children to that. He was exposing his children to that wow shit because that's what they come from. He want to make sure they know we come from this. Now, if you gotta have sex at a young age, if I gotta sell you out to have sex, if we gotta put you out to do things or to do sex tapes or to do a lot of sexy stuff before you're even 18, because they come from that. Like they don't have none of those kind of. They make it seem like they're those. They make it seem like they're those moral type people. Like, oh, we just like y'all. We're church going, moral people, integrity. They're nothing like that. That's the actor that's trying to show you, hey, like me, let me in, let me use you. That's manipulation. It's for the surface. It's the surface because they've been doing these things. He been was doing tranny stuff. He been with some, but we never knew. We sitting there watching them, supporting them. Now their time is done, and all of these weird things is occurring because that's what the people that put them on. They want you to say, "Hey, look, you was liking this family for 20 years, and the father was running around them with titties and dresses on. You didn't know that, and it's not a problem. It's the conception. It's the con artistry of it all. It's the con artistry of it all, bro. It's like, bro, we've been supporting y'all, and y'all just weird as fuck in the house. Y'all just weird as hell at home, and y'all want to act like y'all based y'all money off of showing us wholesome family moments. Wholesome family moments. Your show was based off of family, and y'all that wild act and y'all that weird in the crib, and y'all supposed to be on TV letting other people watch your family. So this is what I'm saying. Now that the hot streak is over, oh, we can see all the clownery behind it now. Now you can see that Kris Jenner wears pants all the time. You see the woman, the husband is a woman, the woman is a husband. It's like, what's going on here? Now you're gonna see what kind of shit you've been watching and what kind of shit you've been putting your money towards and what kind of shit. Now the veil has been out, right? They still want to be masked. They still want to have a mask on. But now we have unveiled the mask, right? We have been able to take off the mask and see things now. Or do you still got the mask on them? Because a lot of people still like these celebrities. A lot of people still think that they're regular people that just got on, that they're just like me working. And they used to work at Target and then one day they was just so popular that they got put on. That's not reality at all. That's not even that's the dream. That's the dream they selling. And you could try to put as much studio time and do whatever. If you're not gonna do all that blackmailing, if you're not gonna go through the ranks, you're never gonna make it. You're gonna make it to what? You wanna be local, popping? Because you're not gonna be international popping. You gotta do what the international people want you to do to get that platform. Look at YouTube. YouTube is They got my views at an all-time low. Like my views has never been under 500. And now my views is under 500. And it's like, and to tell you the truth, I don't think that they want me to be up here. I think they want the people that talk like me to kind of go the fuck away. Because now election is back. And because election is back, they got all the people that remember with coronavirus? When they was putting out that lady, the Earth Lady. The Earth Lady is back. What you call this back? All these people are back, and mind you, don't you find it funny that Fabulous and Mary J. Blige was just on the stage together again? Like that, Mary J. Blige and Fabulous just came together. Mary J. Blige and Fabulous came together, and then next thing you know, because somebody recently was like, "Hey, do you think D Rec is still fabulous?" Yeah, because Fabulous and Mary J. Blige just reunited on the stage. And guess who else just reunited together as well? D-Rec and that Earth Lady. And I'm like, bro, do you think, like, am I bugging? Am I tweaking, bro? Am I tweaking? How could Fabulous and Mary J. Blige reunite on the stage and that sparked D-Rec and the Earth to start doing that shit on YouTube again? That's weird. Don't y'all think? It's been years since Fabulous and Mary J. It's been years since Fabulous and Mary J. Blige been on a stage together, and it's been years since D-Rec and the Earth got together. The last time am I saying his name right? I don't know, but you know who I'm talking about. D-Rec and the Earth Lady. So, and she has a turkey neck, so no matter what, features don't lie. Features don't lie. So you're not an American Negro. You're not an American Negro with that turkey neck, baby. You're probably Hispanic going back that way. It's black Spaniards that swear they're Negroes and they're not. They're from back that way, and that's the second half. And they don't want to be number two. They want to be number one like us. And they come and infiltrate. Don't y'all see all these dreadheads? Like all these people got dreads and everything. They all infiltrators. I said that from day one, and it's been turned out to be true. Have y'all seen recently what Nicki Minaj did? Nicki Minaj is weird, bro. She promoted nothing but fucking evil, bro. She was over here promoting nothing but evil. Nothing but evil. Now, I don't want to play no music because the music be getting my shit, like, chopped. Yeah, she promoting nothing but fucking evil, bro. Like, what is this? Like she cannot be serious. Mind you, she had her kid there too, bro. She had her son there. And I'm telling y'all, her son is still not speaking. He ain't speak a word yet. You saw him? He ain't speaking yet. See? She told him, she said, say, woo. She said, say something. He didn't say it. He said, now, mind you, I know y'all think I'm taking it hard on a little kid. Like, I think he's 2 years old or something like that. But let me tell you something, honey. 2-year-old should be saying some type of words. I'm not saying he should be giving sentences and really having a conversation. But he should know, like, stop or put me, like, no, or something. He ain't saying not one word. And somebody said lab rat. Now, we got to understand that. Remember, she predicted how her kid was going to look like on Ellen. And the kid that she predicted looks just like this little boy. So that right there in itself gives like, and then the kid ain't talking yet. He ain't saying not one word. Not one word. And I know Nicki Minaj is tight because she probably like, bitch. But girl, you got enough money. Teach that kid one word and then put him on Instagram or whatever you're going to put him on. And I will post it. I will be like, look, he knows words now. I'm going to leave him alone. All I want him to do is know a word. I just want him to say one word. It could be no. It could be no, stop, mommy. It could be daddy. It could be dada, mama. This little boy has not said not one word. He's saying, what was he saying before? Remember last time he was like, like, I don't know. It ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. And the fact that she had him there with all those men's promoting violence is insane. She could have left her child home, honey. And if she couldn't leave her child home, okay. But it's just, like, did you have to show us that he was there? Like, you could have kept that to yourself. But she made sure she showed us. And it was like, yo, this is what they do. They do these things. And this, because they know that he's going to probably grow up to live a life of crime, like, just like him, just like her, and his supposedly father. If he wasn't formulated through IVF tubes, through tubulation. Okay, because I don't think she had any child. I don't think she had any kid. I don't know how the kid got here. I don't know how, because I know they do. I know they do Tellsmaids, like how Kylie Jenner was, promoting that movie, that show, called Tellsmaids, and you can't even really have access to it unless you pay for the app because they don't want you to see that they have certain people having them people kids. They be had just like Kim Kardashian on them. They pretend they have 1 or 2 kids and then the rest. Why have 1 or 2 kids? Period. Why don't have? And I know they like, oh, I want to see how that. None of that makes any sense. None of it makes just. I don't believe they was having none of them. You see what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have some and then some. Nah, I think all of them was being had by other people. You see what I'm saying? Like they are so weird. It's like don't think for 1 second I think you had this one and then you showing us that somebody else is having that one. Like, come on. Like, y'all doing too much things. People are accusing y'all of cloning and doing things in the lab. And y'all are not helping us by doing those things to say, hey, they're not doing that. I can't even say, hey, they're not doing that because the shit y'all doing is screaming that y'all doing that. That's what y'all doing. I can't even help y'all. I'm gonna keep going on. I'm not leaving yet, but I did want. I'm gonna be up here for like a little bit more. I did want to y'all guys. Oh, where did the thing go? Okay. Oh, what the hell was that? Why did it stop my face like that? See now the camera don't want to work. Okay, great. I don't want to mess with my laptop because YouTube do not want me up here. I was fighting to do this little video. But let me try to. I want to put my number that you could call in. Oh, I got it backwards. Oh, I forgot. I don't think you got. I did it Mirror Vision. I'm tweaking. I did it Mirror Vision, but I don't think y'all need Mirror Vision. I think I can see it regular. Let me email myself that again. My bad. I don't know why I did that. I did it Mirror Vision, but y'all could try. If whoever wants to call in. Y'all could call in, you know what I mean? And we could go from there. Wait a second, let me fix this because it don't have to be mirror vision. I did a mirror vision for some reason, and I did not want to. Oh, I'm tired. I'm still here. One moment. One moment though. Okay. My bad. Yeah, so let me try to forward this thing. I don't know why I don't have it in here. Where is that? Oh, I want to show y'all this too. I believe that, look at the shoulders. Look at the shoulders. I said, oh, that's why she's so weird acting, bro. She's so weird acting because she probably was really born something else. You see what I'm saying? She probably was born something else. But let me fix this. Let me see. Oh shoot. If you guys want to call in, y'all can call in and conversate with your girl. You come and talk to me. If you ain't got nobody to talk to, you can talk to me. Okay, let me fix this because I don't know why I did that. I don't think you gotta see it that way. I think I gotta see it straight. I did a mirror because I was gonna show y'all, but then I forgot. Oh, I could just email it to myself. No, 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 no. Okay, good. I emailed myself the phone number. Let me see if it goes through. Oh, come on, hurry up. Like, everybody don't have to see my goddamn emails. Like, okay, here it is. Okay, so here's the contact number. Can you guys see this number? If you do want to call in, here's the number. And y'all better be calling me too because, like, it took me a little minute to get this little number together. Okay, there we go. Call in 347-980-3799. If you have something to say on your mind, get it off your chest, call in. Okay? I don't see nobody calling. If you want to say hello, anything, call in. I'm gonna leave this number up here for a second just in case somebody want to call in or for any topics that I'm talking about. Let me know if you can see it, or is the number coming up straight, or is it reversed? Because if it's reversed, I can put the mirror one up, but I think that it's not. I'm not supposed to do mirror. I think you can see it straight like this. So just let me know if y'all can see the number good. If not, I'll put the mirror version up. Yeah. So yeah. So have y'all seen the movie on Netflix, Reptile? Have y'all seen the movie Reptile? How you see how everybody, even law enforcement, be in on it. Like you literally can't say, oh, like the police locked them up, they getting locked up or this and that. The police, the sergeant, the this and that, they all they do the up and up on regular people. But when it comes to certain people, the rules change. Okay, somebody calling me. Okay, hello.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to Candace Michelle Views. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Harris.
Okay. Kay Harris, what's up? I didn't know you was a female. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I just wanted to call you and say that I appreciate everything that you do. And I love watching your videos. And I've been watching you for about 2 years on YouTube.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you've been here with me from like damn near day one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Thank you. Can you guys hear her? Just to make sure, I want to make sure that everybody can hear my guest. Where are you from?
I'm from Virginia.
From Virginia?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We got some homegrown women in over here. That's right. Yes, homegrown, like homemade candy, like my email. We homemade.
Yes, homemade, honey. I'm here.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're here with me and that you called in. See, the number works. Just for everybody to know.
Not a problem.
Did you want to say
I just wanted
anything
to
about any topics?
appreciate everything. No, I'm kind of a little sad to speak on this stuff. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
But I do follow like some of the things that you be saying and everything. So I do believe in a lot of the stuff that's going on and everything. And I've been saying that, for a minute that a lot of stuff is like really weird. And we need to come off of the celebrity worship and get back into ourselves, self love, and finding out who we are as individuals.
absolutely. That's what I'm here for. And I'm glad that it's people like you that thinks just like me, and that's why I come up here and I make sure I get up here because I know a lot of us don't really have time. People like us that think like us don't have time to really promote this, so it's never getting promoted.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It seems like all they do is promote things, as a distraction. And I just don't like the light of how we're being painted, like on the world stage. So it's just a lot of things that need to change, and it's a lot.
Yeah. Well, I do hope that you keep calling in, especially if you have something to talk
Not a
about,
problem.
or if you just want to say
Not a
hi.
problem. I got the number.
Yes, yes. Thank you so
So
much
you
for
just keep doing
being my
your
first
thing.
call. I love that.
Not a problem, honey. Big love to you. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much and have a blessed rest of your day and stay with me to the end. I'm almost done. Stick with me.
I am right.
Okay.
Not a problem. I always watch it to the end. Not a problem.
Thank you so much. That's so much love. I love it.
All right. So much love.
All
You
right.
have a good one.
Yes. Good night. See what I'm saying? My number works. Call in, especially the people that want to show me love. Call in. I love, and I want to give y'all the love back. So I just definitely appreciate that. And shout out to what is it, Harris? I believe Kay Harris. Yes. Shout out to Kay Harris. Okay, you look a little sexy inside your picture. I can't really see it up close, but I'm gonna have to check that out when I get off. Yeah, so thank you, Kay Harris, for showing so much love. So anyway, yeah, so if anybody wants to call, even if you're not like 100% agreement, I mean, I'm not expecting everyone that's like, that gets it or wants, that understands what I'm saying, or can relate to what we go through, because it's not just me, it's everyone that I'm here for. It's not for just this conversation isn't just for us. I want other people to come in and say whatever they feel like. It's maybe we could get an understanding. Maybe you could make me have an understanding. Maybe I can get you to have an understanding, and maybe we could have a medium somewhere. I could learn something new. I believe somebody was writing me saying that they wanted to like explain certain something how something works. So that's why I wanted to make sure I wanted to bring this phone number up here, because if you want to explain something to me about how something works, please call the number, because I definitely want to hear what people have to say. Like, I really love to see what direction somebody's going in. As far as like the history and what you want to teach somebody, or what you've been taught. I would love to see what it is. Like, I like to be like, oh wow, because when people are from different cultural backgrounds and stuff like that, I would never have known that they do this or they do that. Like, like Spanish, like say let's like Spanish people. Spanish people be like, oh, the cuckoo's gonna get you. The cuckoo's gonna get you, right? it's like, but when you think about what the cuckoo is, the cuckoo birds kill each other out the nest. Hi, you're with Candace Michelle Views. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, this is Carmar.
Okay, hi, Carmar. I know you always in the chat too. Familiar names. And where you from?
I'm from the Bronx.
Okay, listen, I'm not mad at the Bronx, even though y'all mad far. But you know, the Bronx is still New York.
The Bronx, but as you were talking about earlier, they do us so wrong in the Bronx. Like everything that they don't want in the good areas, they just push it to the Bronx.
That's true. That's true. American Negroes, when they're in the Bronx, usually it's kind of like, oh, we don't have nothing else, and it's like bull crap. There's plenty of places in Brooklyn, but they want to replace you. Yeah.
But since they like redid Brooklyn over, redid Harlem over, Queens, I don't remember ever being as bad as the Bronx or even Harlem. But it's like the places that they chose, they built it up nice for the chosen people. I say that in quotes. And they just basically told us to go find a space under a rock somewhere. Like,
get out the area that is like protected, and put you in areas that they know is flood brown. That's for them. They built that for them, and they're taking us out of the place we built for us. That's protected.
Exactly. And it's so frustrating because I don't even feel. I used to be proud to be from New York. Now I feel like the laughing stock. It was the I guess not even the pandemic, but them just letting the immigrants come in, and I get it that they need a place to go to, but we should take care of the people that are here first, or at least give us an advantage or something. It's like,
yeah, and imagine them telling you to go to the Bronx, and that's the first place that they're sending all the immigrants and the migrants to. It's like, why am I going somewhere that you're sending like migrants to? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like you're trying to put me somewhere that you know is not like the best spot, and I'm from here. You're putting me in places that you're shoving people that's not from here at. Like,
exactly. And then if you are a New Yorker and you falling on hard times, they don't care if you had a fire, is whatever. They still want paperwork. They want birth certificates. Don't let you have no kids. You need identification for them, and if you don't have one form, you have to start all over. And you come in with these people that are coming over, they don't even have clothes on, shoes on their feet, let alone ID or birth certificate.
And they're getting handed to.
And you put in apartments.
Yeah, we see it. We see
jobs, healthcare.
We see it. We are seeing it. It's starting to become very eye-opening to a lot of people when they see how the immigrants are getting treated. Even when COVID started, and they was bringing in the other people very nicely. They were bringing the Russian people and stuff in here. They didn't come over here in buses. They was coming over here in luxury. And imagine, they got Social Security money. They got all these benefits. And it's like, oh, black people are starting to realize we getting duped. We getting played for real.
Right. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I thought about, like, seriously. I seriously consider. I'm still just not out of my mind. I'm thinking about learning Spanish fluently so I can act like I'm an immigrant.
No, I'm laughing at that because I'm laughing at that because at times when I'm around certain people, sometimes I'd be like, cuando es? I be trying to do a little Spanish, like, yeah, like I want it, like I'm mixed, like sometimes I do that in like the areas or in the cab. I'd be like, no primo, like making them know, like, no, we mixed, because you get treated a little better.
It's just that horrible. Like, I get, even before the pandemic, it's been my whole life.
It is horrible.
Like, I'm not black.
Right. It's horrible that the American Negro origins from here, but you don't want people to know that you're an American Negro. It's like shunned against.
Right.
It's like against the law to be a Negro. And don't even let a West Indian or somebody know that you're a Negro, because they don't like the fact that we don't claim outside of America. They be pissed. They're like, oh, you're American.
Like you're a Yankee.
Yeah, like you're a Negro, huh? So everybody hates us.
Yeah. Right, because back at home, I hate when they say that. I'm glad that you're proud of your home, but if your home is so great, why are you here? That's why I always ask. They're like, well, back at home, we could go and pick our fruit right off the tree. And back at home, they don't do things like this. And back at home, and I'm like...
Well, we used to be able to pick our fruit off the tree, too. They don't think it's a lot of stuff that grow here, but when we did that, they was cutting our hands off, they was killing us, and making sure that we no longer be able to take off the land anymore. It was called the what was it, the something store, where people used to go to the store and not have before money, before anything. People knew who your family was, and you get a certain rations for your family.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so they're not telling us anything. We got way more resources than them, and we definitely was out here living off the land. They don't even live on land. They live on islands. Not even land. Well, most of them. Some of them do live on land. Guyanese people, Grenadian people. These people don't live on islands. They live on land. They're from Central America. They're not like they, but they'll let you pretend that they're from Africa. But it's like, we know all those dark skinned black people are from Venezuela, Grenada, Guyana. All that is in America. Those people didn't come from Africa. Africa could not have produced all these black people in America. Like, that's weird that they would think that. That this one African guy just created all these black people that's from North America to South America. All these people of color are a product of from this small place in Africa. Africa is on the continent of Asia, and Africa is very small. Africa is not even a full continent. You got Asia, India, Turkey, Italy, all on the same continent. All those people are white or different color. They're not even black. People are black or of color. So how did that happen? How did little small portion of Africa got all of those Asia Indian people on their same continent, but somehow miraculously was able to make the whole America full of people of color? Like that, it does not add up at all. Right. But everybody knows that that's where the African Asiatic comes from. The African Asiatic sold his rights off to the Asian. We don't even know what kind of cahoots they are in.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. You have more of a chance of coming from, what's that, the Genghis Khan, that Asian dude that was just like, they say like a third of the world is related to him because he was just like taking over territories, raping the women. I feel like you have more of a chance of being a descendant of his than being from Africa.
Right.
But also I feel like they say that we're from Africa so they can tell us to go back to Africa and not give us our reparations, or not even reparations, but what's ours from being the Indians, quote unquote, that were here already.
Yeah, they don't want us to redeem the land. You can't redeem the land if you're from Africa. If the Indians is really the landowners, why are they not coming back to the land now that everybody knows what happened, everybody's aware of what's going on? Why are these same Indians that's living on these reservoirs don't start coming back to redeem the land as they say they could? Mm-hmm. Come get your land. Y'all still alive. Come get your land. Exactly. But they don't want the land. They want the benefits. They want the benefits of the check every month that they get, and they live on a reservoir in Texas, Arizona, Canada. They get all these benefits, go to college for free, and it's like, okay, you rather that than your land? No, they're just there for the deal. They're not the landowners. So it's a nasty scam.
Nowadays look like Mexicans or Spanish. I mean, actually, well, they do look like Mexicans. They don't look like Puerto Ricans. So it's still like they're not even the original quote unquote Indians anymore because everything kind of been whitewashed.
Yeah, that's what they did basically, and that's probably why they had to have the Asian guy like raped and run around and do it, because they were whitewashing. They had to get everybody aboard on the lightening of the skin. And the Asians ended up lightening their skin through harmful things. I don't know if they already reported how they even got that complexion from the beginning. Like, if they didn't do all the harmful things that they done to themselves, there wouldn't even be any whitewashing going on. And then how would they be able to explain the black people. Like, how would they be able to explain all of this? Like, and none of it makes any sense. Like,
it doesn't. It doesn't. I'm going to take over all your time because I'm sure other people want to call, but I just want to ask your opinion of one other thing. I don't know if you spoke about it. I don't think you did. But what are your thoughts on Krishan Jr.?
oh my God, I was just about to show her. I was just about to show Krishan Jr.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you show.
Yeah, I was going to go on and on about Fat Girl because I believe she's a boy. I don't think she's a girl. I don't think she's a girl. I don't think that kid is real. A lot of people been saying that the kid may not be real. And then let's be honest, look how she named her kid Krishan Jesus Malone. And we gotta remember in Spanish, when you spell Malone, it's Malone. And mal is mal. It means like to be sick. Like it means that you're sick. So it's basically saying like sick one, like sick one. And we know that Jesus George Washington was crazy, right? He was the Mad King. So this is all propaganda. And the fact that they played with her baby like that makes me think that's not her baby. It's like, bro, like who would do that? Who would even name a kid that? And on top of that, look how they indoctrinated the kid in church. That was like some ceremony, and then they right away put the kid on the main stage by showing his genitals. Because remember of the phallus, Osiris' penis was cut off. So Osiris is another story of Jesus. All these are all the same stories. So it's like it's a biblical game. That's all that's being played. And I think Chris Brown is playing the role of this guy, whatever his name is, Blueface. Blueface isn't a real character. He's a secondary character. And Krishan is definitely a boy. I don't think a girl would have two boy names. I don't think a girl would have two boy names like Chris and Sean. And mind you, that's Sean stands for John, and Chris is like Christ, like Christopher Columbus. It's all standing for like Christ and John and Jesus, and it's all the same thing about the Father and the Son and Bible. This is all they selling us because that's what they sign on for. They sign on to sell their soul to tell the Bible story all day.
Are you serious though? Like this is thick.
It's very much orchestrated. And she act like she cared that the boy did that to her son penis, but she's on she's on live talking about it. Like, how serious are you? Are you that serious? Or because you're putting a show on right now? It can't be that serious.
Right. I should call the cops on you and
yeah, she should.
Right.
And she should. But she ain't doing nothing but making money off of us. Because they make money off the views. They make sure that our brains is occupied on something stupid like that because it's nothing going to do nothing but burst brain cells in your head. It's just going to make you stupider.
It does because it doesn't go together. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a circle hole. It's like it's not fitting.
None of it makes any sense. And the mother said that they were related to Krishan. Because, they do incest. They keep it all in the circle. Like, these people are all directly related. And she even said that she's like, oh, no wonder, we related. She said something like that. It was a clip where she was saying that they were directly related to her. She's like, oh, yeah, because that last name. And that's my family last name. It's like, what would be the coincidence?
Oh, my God.
So they weird, and they've been doing this kind of game. They've been playing this game with us. People need to shut it down.
Do you see how Blueface's mother is with him? That seems like incestuous. Like, she be talking about him like that's her baby daddy or her man.
Well, is that her real son? Do we even... A lot of these stage moms... A lot of these stage moms just be that, staged. She looked young, too. She's looked very young. And her other kids don't look like Blueface. Now, you don't have to... All your kids don't have to look exactly alike, but I just don't see where Blueface fits in that family. He could have been adopted, just like Krishan was adopted. Yeah, Krishan was with adopted people. Now she's with her real family because she's exposing them on the crackheads. She's exposing them on TV to make money. But the people she was raised by were like white people. She was indoctrinated. That's why she's on the stage.
Right.
They built for
it. That's why people always call me a conspiracy theory. I'm like, bro, I know a lot of people whose mother was a crackhead and they're not famous. Like, why are these chosen people?
Always crackheads. If they're black people, most likely they're probably mixed. Yeah, the worst childhood, people dying left and right, and then when they are falling off, when they want to get back on, people gonna die left and right just for them to get back on. So it's kind of like obvious now, and they're not telling us what they're really doing. Like, are these synthetic humans, or like what kind of humans are these people? Or they're like, because do they have like a certain amount of time to live where they can just die off at 36 and these certain numbers and.
Right.
They make sure that they die at certain numbers. How could you make sure you die at certain numbers? So something ain't right.
Yeah, and then the whole Jamie Foxx thing. I could go on and on. Yeah. That whole Jamie Foxx
thing. And you saw in the movie that they put, when they showed at the end, and it was like a missing girl, the Tyrone. Did you see the Tyrone clone thing?
Mm-hmm.
And so at the end, they showed like a picture of a girl missing. Her name was Aaliyah Jackson. And I felt like they was throwing my name in there because, I always say I reference to Aaliyah because of the 116 thing. And then her last name was Jackson as well. So I was like, oh, they trying to put me like, because it was like trying to say I'm missing. Because they been coming after me. Like everything they been put my name in, it seemed like they trying to kill me or take me up. And they give me a hard time coming up here. So I just thought that was weird that they put the missing girl, her name was Aaliyah Jackson. And I'm like, and that didn't even have really nothing to do with the movie towards the end. They just showed it. And I'm just like, that's just there to show you that Jackson name. It's the same. It's like you could tell that Jamie Foxx. I told y'all, Jamie means John. Jamie when you're from Spain, they say Jamie as like when we watch Power. She called him Jamie, but his name is James. And the Spanish girl Alvarez was like, oh, Jamie, because she's originally from Spain. The real lady is from Spain that plays that role. So the Jamie thing comes from probably her. Like they probably like, oh, like that's good because you're real, like not Spanish, but from Spain, like the real Spaniards.
Right.
And they say Jamie. So Jamie Foxx's name is really like James or John. It's the same biblical stuff over and over and over. And then they got him as cloning Tyrone because they used our DNA to make all these wild things out of that. Like out there, they was doing experiments, taking them to Australia.
Right.
Who knows what they was doing with all that steroids, like.
And they were saying when he got out or why he was like about to get out or something, that his sister made a statement that he's okay. I thought that his sister died. That his sister was the one with like Down syndrome or something like that. And she died.
And the relationship with his daughter is weird.
So weird. It's
super
like
weird.
Oh, is that even really his daughter? Because where did she even come from?
What did Hoochie look like? They be playing games with us, boy. The games they played over there, it's a serious game. It's nothing but a game. They tell you, get out the game. Like it's a game. It's a real video game. This is all. It's all imagination. All imagination. All these people that's probably not even their real names. That we don't know where they're from, who these people really are. They're getting put on and playing roles. And this is like the real celebrities, not like regular people that comes in and out. Because some of these people could be intermingling. Regular people could be intermingling with these big celebrities, but they don't understand that these celebrities are coming from certain places and they're on a different level of training. They're not on the same training level as regular small time. These high level A artists, they could lose weight, gain weight, cut their hair, put on new teeth. You know what I'm saying? They're really up there with the costumes, changing identities for a role, for a movie role.
Right. But they even saying now Sierra is pregnant, like 6 months pregnant, but she was just on the awards like with a flash on. Is it Sierra or Beyonce?
Sierra, you right.
They said she's 6 months now.
Sierra, she been jumping around everywhere. Came out of nowhere with a big belly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was gonna show her too. I had a video, but I think I erased it. Yeah, I think I erased the Sierra video, but I took a video of her. She looked like a big man when she revealed that stomach. When she revealed the stomach, she was like standing, but she was so tall and her feet were so long that I was like, this is not a woman. Like, it's no way. And she's over here having all these kids when they said she was a hermaphrodite. Like, how? If you're a hermaphrodite, that means you don't have the woman parts to have a kid. Hermaphrodites don't have the reproduction system. That's the in between people.
It's like all mixed up, right?
They basically
like have a
when you're a hermaphrodite or whatever, they usually make you a boy. Yeah, they usually would say, hey, be a boy, but you don't have the real penis, but you don't have the makings to have a kid. You don't have the inside. You don't have the uterus. So they usually say be a boy, but they're uncomfortable being a boy because they don't have the penis. So it's just like they only have a little nub or whatever. So it's like, what is she? Because if she was a hermaphrodite, she can't have kids. But I don't know. We all heard she might have been a boy. Then she made a song saying she was a boy. So
if I was a boy, no if. No if.
Her and Beyonce. And Beyonce kids got Down syndrome. She don't even show them.
Right. And wow, Ivory looks like she could be either or. Like
very
a little boy or a little girl. I really think she's a boy though.
I think they're all boys. I think they're all boys, and I think the boys are girls. Yeah, I think they are all invert. I think they definitely. I was just telling you about the Young Pharaoh. I think I didn't finish my thought when I said Young Pharaoh was just. I don't know if you watch Young Pharaoh, but he was just on live.
I do, but it's like, it's like heart wrenching at this point. Because I miss the old Young Pharaoh. Like,
yeah, bro, at least give us some information and feed us with some. Even if I know that Egyptian information is just sparrow off of our information and they just make it their own, but I still like the educational because either or they still got their own culture, they still got their own information, and I love listening to people information and cultures and their backgrounds. But now what he's doing is just like I don't know if he really got drugged, but what I think they have scripts. Like I think they get people that sends them that kind of information because the same information he had, Rashad Jamal ended up having. And then the same information Rashad Jamal had when he left, somebody else ended up getting. I forget who else they put on the map. But that took over like the conscious information. So I feel like they're sponsored by people. And Young Pharaoh already showed most of his sponsors, that white guy, that white girl, the dead fed guy. Mm-hmm. He already said that he's doing private investigations. He's a part of the military, police. And remember, I was telling people that like they either gotta be indoctrinated through like adoption, crackhead, them gave you up, or do like certain things. Like you gotta be related to certain people, certain races. That's a part of it, like Haitian, Jamaican, this and that. That's ruling, or you gotta be like in Young Pharaoh's case, like you could tell because they always, like as he said, his girlfriend has police. I already said I was like, yo, they either got police in their family, military background, all kind of like those are the people that. They go off on like secret groups and try to control because they get that mentality from the military concept of what they learn from their jobs. So they understand how to conquer, control, and this and that, and they try to do it in their own little groups, like the conscious community, this community. They do their own little psyops. The same psyops that they get hired for when they do the police and the military work to keep everybody in order.
Do you think that Polite is playing somebody else? Brother Polite?
Yes, Polite. His name is Michael. His name is Michael. His mentor was Dr. York.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's definitely. His name is Michael, and Michael is the same as John. John, Michael is all the same. It's all referring to the king. So he's just, and I don't think he's really getting locked up. I think he's just a part of the biblical story that they keep playing over and over in front of us. Something happened where a guy must have messed with a younger underage girl. I don't like in the South, they used to do that. In the South, they used to mess with girls at 16, 14. So I think that they're just playing this role and he's playing that role. Young Pharaoh was playing that. He was saying that, his daughter asked him, was he a girl? And he said that his daughter said she's a boy. So I felt like Young Pharaoh is not stupid. They know that they're part of a cult that do inversions. And he's just basically saying that they're doing it with his kid, that Golden Beauty is starting it with her children, inverting them. You know what I'm saying? And who knows if those kids weren't born boys. Like, we don't even know for a fact. Because the fact that he even is insinuating that they're doing inversions, like saying he's a girl and she's a boy. Like he said, who's teaching her that? That's mockery. You know that's what y'all do.
Right.
Y'all do inversions. So you're just basically telling us that you and your kids is all a part of it. That's all. How is Young Pharaoh surviving? What job he has? What do Young Pharaoh do for a living?
According to him, he did a live with an air mattress on the floor in the background.
he shouldn't even be able to afford that. He don't got no job. And who just gives up a mansion?
He got pistol whipped.
Who just gives up a mansion?
Right.
That makes me think of the movie.
They that he had his own banking system and his own. Well, a millionaire.
He could say that because of like when you entrepreneur and you LLC and you own your trust, you become your own bank. So he could say that because he knows how to do that. They all know how to do that. That's why he doesn't work, because he's in touch with his trust. He knows how to get it.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
I think that I think he is part of it, but he did something that pissed him off because remember when
he got kicked out.
He was hot. He was spitting some stuff, and I'm like, how is he even still alive?
A lot of people don't make the cut.
You didn't show.
A lot of people got fired.
He did something that pissed him off, and he made him look crazy.
Let's be honest. What he's still going to court for? What was he going to court for before? What is he still going to court for? They're not telling the truth of what these people going to court for. He's doing human trafficking. He's with that Haitian guy, Yak Jack. He's with some other Haitian people. Talking about they going to the border all day. Border this, border that. Got pulled up by police. They hot. They doing human trafficking. He already said that he was putting bitches in the trap, this and that. All them females that was with Golden. Remember them girls that he's like, what's her name? And she went back to ATL. I forgot that girl name. And she had the braids.
Yeah, that.
And the other girls that came out of nowhere.
It was Martina or something like that.
Not even Martina. The other girl that was messing with his friend. It was like he was calling her Chosen or something. I think her name was Chosen.
Yeah.
Like I think these people be soliciting themselves. And because remember she was living in a house and then it was like mad other girls that came out of nowhere. It was like Golden was going. I think Golden moved and then mad other girls just came out of nowhere. It's like where all these girls are coming from because they got them in a house. They bringing them in. They doing all this. That's the other guy. Remember, he went to his house and he got locked up too. Who was that one that be in the jungle? Mm-hmm. The one that be in the jungle.
Nature Boy.
I felt like he wanted to be Nature Boy. They all human trafficking. Brother Polite, all of them. They all selling them girls. Them girls they making money. They're making money off them females. For sure. And these people are going to jail. These people, they all going to jail for rape, bothering females, this and that. Come on, that's not a coincidence. Y'all doing pimp stuff and y'all going to jail for pimp shit. Like, power to the P, right? Like,
why it seem like the black dudes are the one that's taking the fall for it? Because I'm sure they're not the only people.
Well, they got a lot of white people. They taking white people down too.
Okay.
They taking a lot of white people down. Okay. Notice that all these people are immigrants. Even the black ones, all these people are immigrants. Black, white, all of them coming from a different country. Doing this because they come here, they make their money like that. They were never going to be workers. They was always going to be selling drugs, transporting females. That's where the real money is. That's the blue collar crimes. Regular Negroes, they get the drugs when it's distributed. But the distributors, these are the ones that's the celebrities, this and that. Those are the distributors. Those are the ones that's getting their hands on the big loads and distributing it to the knuckleheads out in the street. And they're starting to take them down. They're starting to lock a lot of these people up. I don't know why, because they're all in cahoots, but they act like they are getting the bad people out. But the bad people are the ones that are getting the bad people out. They're all bad people. So I don't know what young Pharaoh did or what these people did to piss certain people or were charging them. They did something to make them pull their card and say, you're done. You're done with we're not going to give you that platform anymore. Because why would young Pharaoh not still have a platform? Young Pharaoh, when he first came out, had hundreds of thousands of views. When he pissed whoever he pissed off, nobody was dealing with him no more. No more views. No more this. It's like, how? If people like you, they're going to follow you.
Overnight.
Exactly. So we already know once they pull that card, so your views go, your money, all the money that his sponsors was giving him goes. He's looking for new sponsors. He owes to my Chinese, Japanese. He's looking for new sponsors. But it's all a scam. Everything is a scam. And that's why I just wanted to make people understand, all this is a scam. It's all being constructed by drug addict criminals, blue crime. I want to make sure everybody know that they pimps, they criminals, they all mafia. None of these people are respectable people, as they say. Oh, the police respect them. Most of these people are coming from these people that's coming from different countries are going to be the police. They're going to be in the government. Right. What jobs is they going to get if it's no job? They're getting them government jobs because you know how hard it is to get a government job. You got to have a good background, a good this and that. It's not easy to get in them jobs. And they coming over here with a clean slate. They don't got no back sheet. They're coming over here with a clean slate to get them jobs because they're qualified for it.
And they're hungry. They're willing to do anything for their jobs.
And they're going to do it for a low amount.
Okay, you want to do this? Okay.
They're going to do it for cheaper than the people that's been here because the people that's been here is looking for raises and they're not giving that out. Right. So they're going to do it for the right price, for the right price.
Right.
And that's what's been going on forever. We've been marching in the streets for a raise forever. That's what Martin Luther King and them was doing. That's what everybody been asking for, more money. And when we was doing that, when Martin Luther King and them was marching, what they do? They brought in the West Indians. And before that, when we was marching and begging, who they brought in? The Irish people, right? So they've been doing this forever. Yeah. This is what they do. Every time it's time to give us a raise, to give us more money, they bring in a group of new people that's begging and take anything. They're lowball. Yeah.
That's crazy. And we just like, oh wow.
Negroes just been watching. We've been watching for centuries. Just like we always got those eyes, like them scary bug eyes, like oh my god, a ghost. Like we always got them. What's the guy with the net? From the Little Rascals. But we always got them buckwheat eyes, like always shocked. Mm-hmm. That's what we always do.
This must be the end because what they said in the Bible, like this gotta be over. It's coming to an end, but we don't do anything about it. We're just like,
yeah. I'm hoping that changes though.
Basically.
I'm hoping that we do start to do something about it. What everybody could start doing is definitely keeping their money. Like I hope people are not still going out and just spending money, like going out partying, because you're just helping other cultures. That's their job. That's their entrepreneurship. We're not entrepreneurs. They make us work for the companies and stuff like that. But yet these people get to own clubs. They get to own their restaurants. They get to. I'm not supporting that no more. I'm not supporting that. You can't come to this country and be an entrepreneur while I'm working for the men that ain't even from here. Like this is good. It's starting to become ludicrous at this point. And it's because we're funding it. It's because we're spending our money on it.
Right.
And we just gotta save our money.
We rather look nice and have fly cars and jewelry and all of that versus assets, education, something that can make our life better, our quality of life better.
Yeah, get better qualifications.
For our kids.
Right. And so you could give them smart things and not like, oh, I got this cool jacket from the 90s. Like, no, I got a business plan for you. Right. I got a CD or some type of, trust or a Roth IRA or anything. Right. I put some money to the side for you to build a compound interest. That's what they've been doing. And they got the concept from us, but they took the concept away from us when they stopped us from writing, reading, and then putting in ignorant music and making us hypersexual people, over-sexualized. And yeah, it starts to bring our intelligence down when we once were very intelligent people. And we still are very smart. Right. We're very smart. We're just putting our smart to other things. We're just utilizing it in dancing and getting fly. And we're putting all our smart activity into things that's not really bringing us wealth back. It's just making us poor. So we just got to get back to the basics.
Exactly. If people put the same energy that they put into making sure they have an outfit to go to the club or whatever, we will be cooking with oil. And I'm speaking for myself as well because I'm just now learning, a little late, but I'm learning that I'm part of the problem.
Yeah, I'm part of the problem. I said that at the beginning. I said I was part of it. Saying, oh, I'm better than, I got this and I got bragging about stuff I got, but I don't own my home or I don't own my car. But I'm more like bragging about my bag, my Louis bag, this and that, because I want to act like I'm better than girls that couldn't afford it. And I was just being ignorant as fucking hell. Like, I was just being a mean girl. And I was also being ignorant and poor in my pockets and making fun of somebody that don't have it. And that once they do have it, they're going to want to buy something stupid because I'm influencing them or antagonizing them to buy a Louis bag when they get some money. It don't make no sense.
Exactly.
Participating 100%.
Right. And I found myself telling my son, like, you have to be a boss instead of a worker. You have to do this. You have to do that. Then I realized, like, did I listen to what my parents said, or did I listen to what they did? Did I follow what they did? So I had to make changes in myself instead of just expecting my son to do what I tell him to do.
True.
Like, maybe I should look into getting my own business, starting my own business. Well, just telling him, you should be better than me. So
yeah, leadership is being set by example. Like, if you want to be his, you're trying to lead him, right? You're trying to be his leader and guide him, be his leader. But sometimes leadership is set by example. They're going to see you, and even though you're saying something, they're still being visually, they're seeing what you did, and you don't want them to do that. So it's very conflicting. You know what I'm saying? Because if they do get older and they don't accomplish that, the first thing they're going to see is, well, you didn't. Because that's what I say to my mother. I'll be like, oh, you wanted me to do this, but what the hell? You didn't set me up for that because you wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's sometimes, like, you're absolutely right. Sometimes they got to see you striving for that, and then it's like, don't you see me? And maybe they're kind of it's gonna kind of go by what I see. So he's gonna kind of like follow your lead. And him being a boss is very important because he's a black male, and black males have it way worse than women. And they gotta understand that they need to pick up trades immediately because they're not school people. They're creative people that build bridges, they build homes, they do structures, they do infrastructure. They are very creative and strong people, and they're made to do trades like haircut, working on cars, automotive, this and that. What we used to always do, that's what was available for us because that's what we do best. And instead of putting them into classrooms and saying they got ADD because they're not meant to be in a suit and tie in a computer, that's not what we do. That's not what we do. These boys are physically all over the place because they are they are making bridges, they are making buildings, that's physical. So they can't sit still like that because that's not what they're here for. They're here to be men. Not to be on a computer or sweep somebody's McDonald's floor. Like, hell no.
Exactly.
No. Exactly. And that's where they try to make your first job McDonald's. Like, no. My first job was McDonald's. They try to make our first job McDonald's. While their first jobs be internships.
Like, oh, well, we're able to get what we want with this, so we're good. We're happy with this. This could be my career.
Right.
Working on McLean, but no. Don't get comfortable. Like,
and I've seen people get let go 25 years in so they don't have to give them their pension, and they always be black. They always be black. I'll be looking like, I've seen a couple black people crying in the office, and I'm like, geez, what's he crying about? Grown ass man. It's because they let him go right before he could actually retire there. So they do a lot of evil things, bro. There's nothing he can do about it either. They let you go. They let you go. It's no like, oh, I'm paying for 25 years. You better not. I got 2 more years.
Or I'm suing.
Nothing he could do. He's gone.
Please.
He didn't fulfill his services.
And I had to stop coddling my son because I would be like, well, I want to give him the things that I never had. And I realized that me being like that is not setting him up for the real world. And also, that's not realistic. That's not... You're not going to get everything you want.
And you don't... What's everything? Only thing you need is love. And each other. I remember when I was growing up, our parents never built us off of... I don't know when the new age parents started to give our kids everything because our parents never gave us really nothing. The only thing we ever really got was Christmas time or something. And what we were entertained by was each other. We had each other. We would play music and be with each other.
Exactly.
It was never like, buy me this, buy me that, because we never was even raised off of that concept. So I never was asking for anything.
Exactly. You got the babies that can't even walk or nothing with iPhone, tablets. They know how to go to the videos they want to go to.
And that's cute that they smart enough, but it's because that's what you're training them to do, and they're ready to learn. And I'm scared of that because there's a lot of stuff on the internet is not for kids. Like, sheesh, you're not going to be able to watch over them through that whole time they're on there. And you be surprised what pops up.
Not for kids.
Yeah.
I'll be entertained by them. I'll be acting like jokes go over my head.
Yeah, some of the stuff is adult content in the cartoons. I'd be like, this is adult content.
No, bro, ain't this supposed to be like on Adult Swim or something? Like, so like you said, if you're not with your kid, you can't be with your kid, your baby 24 hours a day. It's just like, it's scary. Yeah. Like you said, it's scary.
Yeah, but I know it sounds like you're doing your best, and you sound like somebody that has their head on their shoulders. So I know your son is going to do phenomenal. I know he's not going to do too bad with somebody like you there to make sure he's staying on a straight and narrow. Sometimes people we're not going to be able to be that successful, but don't take away your morals that they have in store. Some of that is worth way more than accomplishments of a nice home, or this and that. It's like, bro, I have more morals, integrity. I'm a good person. I do all these great, nice things like that. Just gives off happiness. That's worth way more than anything. Like, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So
you ain't never lied. Yeah. You ain't never, especially being in this materialistic world. I'm trying to push that because kids are mean as. So if you don't have the latest Jordans, you don't. Because my son talks like very proper. So he used to get teased for that. He used to get teased because he's not into what now he is. But before he didn't really care about labels and name brand stuff. He didn't even care about matching. He just go to school like, And I used to love that about him. But once you get into like high school, whatever, that everything changes.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, certain ages, these kids gonna start smelling themselves. And that's just it. That's what us country folks say. They gonna get the smelling themselves. They start to get a little bit older under their arms, and you just gonna have to ride that phase out. It's nothing that you could really do.
Yeah, I be wanting to put my hands on them.
Yeah, that's just the phase.
I don't care. Calling people if you want to. They gonna take you, not me. So yeah, I need a break. Do it if you want to.
Yeah, you're gonna have to ride the adolescent phase out. Unfortunately, I know that's not something that you could prevent. It's just something you got to ride through. I remember when I got older, I was looking like I couldn't believe I was behaving that way, and I was like I know my mother was doing. She had every right to be like upset with or scolding or beating me. She had every right. But I didn't think she was right at the time.
Of course. You think your parents is a mean. Like, oh my God. Yeah. It's not even that serious.
Yeah, I used to say I hated her. I used to say a lot of stuff. So you just gotta have to ride it through. But once they get adults, hopefully, just like usually, they'll just be like, become your best friend or your friend or whatever. So, and then they'll understand that all the stuff you went through, that's when all the praises start to come your way. When they see how hard you had to work to get them there.
Yeah. Oh, now I see what my mother used to say because like you said, before you just be like, you just always have a problem. My mother's like, I don't know what's wrong with y'all kids nowadays. Because back in my day, now I can't say that enough to my son. Like, what the hell is wrong with y'all kids?
Yeah.
Like, y'all don't have no problem with fighting elderly people, pregnant people.
Yeah. I'm starting to notice that. And that's just because they're not being, even in our age group, at least we still have Family Matters and like cute little shows that give you like a lesson at the end. These shows now, they watching Love and Hip Hop and stuff growing up off of that. That's scary. That means they learning how to punch first before talking. Like, they learning how to fight first. These are fighting shows. These shows is for fighting only, fighting purposes only.
Right.
So
Bad Girls Club.
Yeah. So like, I'm not shocked that they are like ready to push somebody or hit somebody immediately because they are being taught to hit first.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that's what they teach. That's what they teach kids in America and mainly black communities. That they're not teaching their kids this in other countries and stuff like that. They are polluting. They are polluting us. And I just hope people start to catch on and try to turn it around. We need more parents like you that understands the poison in this and try to constantly talk to their children because the children ain't gonna have no idea. They're gonna think you're just spoiling their fun. But it just got to be some type of turnaround.
It has to be. Also, another thing I wanted to try to do is like to start traveling like to other countries because we just hear from us like what America tells us that every other country is jealous of us. We have the best country. Everyone wants to come here, but I'm sure that cannot be the truth. Every other country hates black people. And it's like when I see, or I've heard other people going to other countries and they're like, oh my God, they were like so in love with us. They treated us so good. The streets are so clean. People don't even lock their doors. But
that's
they
true.
tell us
Yeah, certain places they don't have to work, or this is America is a place to work hard for some reason. Like this is the place to work hard and make money. Like we're known for that. We're not known for living peaceful out in like these people live in like beautiful areas like what do they call it, like tropical and all these type of areas where you can't build infrastructure like how we build here. They do got to deal with a lot of harsh weather and things like that, but they do live very serene. They don't have to work as hard. They don't. It's not much to do because you can't even do you can't do the productivity over there because they don't have we have natural resources, natural this, natural that, but they do have beautiful places. Now, the only thing they need is for us to ship our food over there, and they are living in paradise. Like all they need is to bring our stuff, our resources, and they get to enjoy that beautiful tropical setting, and they know how to survive in those settings. Like we would go over, we can't really live there because we don't know how to deal with snakes, and well, some people do that's from the deep south, but they deal with a lot of wildlife, and we have more. We have gotten rid of a lot of that, but it is a lot of beautiful areas in other countries, and I just think that they just get a bad rep because everybody has a ghetto. Everywhere has a rich place and a ghetto place. So they definitely have beautiful places. If you go to their resorts and go out of the country, you just see it's a lot of beautiful areas. But mostly the government is in control. The government is in control of everything nice. Like they don't play. The people that the military all that, they don't play. They make sure that all that is under their control.
Right. But at least I would rather knowing that you got me in a cage versus you telling me I'm free, but I'm in a cage. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because American Negroes is gold.
Like, come on.
American Negroes is gold. They need us. They want to keep us here. They want to live off of us. They need our hard work. They need us here. They need us. They want us here. They want to keep us in zones. They want to always say we can't figure out how to. You got to have financial freedom to travel. You got to be, a little bit doing well for yourself to be like going to different countries. Exactly. They make sure we don't have those kind of opportunities because they don't want us. No, they want us right here working to death. They flip the script on us. They come from slavery and they never or they vow to never be slaves again. And they have a vendetta of making us their slave, their footstool, because at one point that was them. And I don't think we were treating them as bad as they treat us. No way. I don't think so. But they want to make sure that we stay in this position so they can never have to worry about them being in that position again. So we can't live that kind of good life.
So kumbaya-ish.
I didn't get that.
No, I was saying we have to start being so kumbaya. Why can't we get along? Like, nah.
But we are angry. One thing about a Negro, we could fight, we could do this, but we are always. It has to make sense for us to do it. It don't have to make sense for them to do it. They just be doing it off of anything. Any little thing that irritates them, they feel like a life should be lost. And I think we put more value into life, into lessons, into trying to talk to somebody first. And they understand that we come from that because that's what our parents are like. We were coming from very intellectual, mature people. Everybody parents, if you're American Negro, it's hard to believe that your parent or your grandparent wasn't some type of respectable, moral person because that's where we come from. So it's very hard to not be kumbaya-ish because that's what we are. We're God's children. We're heavenly. We're angels. Like that's what we give love. Yeah, we're very lovable people. They say we kill each other. We kill each other, but it's for because we're poor and we're like constantly busting heads. But we're not out literally looking for somebody to murder like how white people crave murders. Like they crave to kill. We don't crave to kill. We're killing each other, unfortunately, for stupid shit because we're in an ignorant lifestyle. But if we were not in that same lifestyle, we were in the suburbs living way better like that. Will we still be trying to kill random people? No, that wouldn't happen with us. I doubt that we'll just start randomly shooting up a supermarket or a church or looking out for blood. Like I don't think that's something that we're doing in life. So what makes them do that? What makes them just crave for murder?
Right. You know what's crazy when you were saying that just made me think about the movie Trading Places with Eddie Murphy.
Oh, okay.
But they were basically like that you can make a millionaire out of anybody. The only reason that Eddie Murphy, he was homeless. and he took him off the streets and made him like
a rich guy. Yeah.
trader.
I kind of remember that movie a little. Yeah.
Yeah. So they put us in a position to fail from the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's like anybody ready. But we definitely could be powerful.
That's why they doing this to us, because we're powerful and they gotta do what they gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
They looking at it like they gotta do what they gotta do.
Yep.
Yeah, we're very powerful people.
I know. I just wish we would get it together.
That's true. I mean, I feel like every Negro, every Black person like that's from identifies from America, they say that. That's the number one. That's the first thing they're gonna say out their mouth is, "I wish Black we could come together and get." But we gotta understand that we've been through a lot. We went through a lot. Like if you think about your parents and your parents, they've been through a lot.
Right.
They went through a lot. They are not being raised like us. They weren't eating like us. They were getting the scraps, and you just got it's just coming from hard times, and that brings misery, bro. That brings misery, and they know that. That's why they say that people are like, oh, they need to get psych out. They already know the psyche is all messed up. They already know that.
Right. I think too that we kind of have a little Stockholm syndrome. Like we feel compassion for our oppressors. Like
we are forgiven. We're Godful people, and that comes with having open arms and feeling bad for people that's hungry, want to feed them, and this and that. That's just, they know what we are, and that's why they take full advantage of us. Everybody's over here taking advantage of us. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's over here getting a piece of the pie.
I'm a bigger person. I'm not a bigger person. I'm not,
and it's very hard to be it's very hard to be the stupid person. It's very hard to be the ignorant person. It's very hard. It's like once I start to trying to be like them, I'll be looking like, this is not even me. You know what I'm saying? Once I try to get evil back, I'll be looking like, I don't even want to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to get this nasty with you. I don't even know I don't even know what possesses you to do this shit. And it's because they're not American Negroes. They're not God's children. We gotta not let them make us something that we're not. We shouldn't be fighting back or nothing. We should just be trying to figure out a way to set some booby traps up to get them the fuck out of here. We gotta be more. We gotta use our brains more than our physical, because we're not really we like to fight, but we don't want to murder. You know what I'm saying? So it's two different things. Yeah, it's two different things to use weapons and use your hands. It's two different things. So we're not even on the same fighting level with them. They're very vicious, and it's very hard to be vicious and still be a nice person. It's not easy to be vicious and still act like you a good person. Like that follows you. I don't like to get stoop to their levels, because you start to become that, and those are some ugly people. I don't care how good they look or whatever. Those are some ugly people.
Yeah. Yeah, to hang people from trees and drag them behind cars, and
that only happened to Negroes. That didn't happen to no African. That didn't happen to no.
Stuff it in their mouth. Like who even thinks to do that?
Or pulling them apart by horses, tying them up and ripping them apart.
Yes.
That only happened to Negroes. That only happened to Negroes in the South and from the Midwest, and that's our story. That's our tragedy. They pretend that they do such horrible things to each other in other countries, but like you said, when you go to other countries, they're not even locking their door like that. Now, I'm not talking about everywhere, like France and stuff. They got the hoods and things, but we talking about like, like Greenland or certain places like where they all live in harmony, because they don't even deal with all the weird stuff that goes on and that has been pushed on us in our communities. All the poison, they don't deal with that.
At all. When I found out in some countries that they banned homosexuality, they banned it. Like,
and the thing is, like, and I don't want to make like people that choose to be with the same sex feel like, oh, it's a sin. I don't feel like it's like a sin or something. Like, I feel like it's just not the appropriate direction. But I feel like people should be able to do what they want to do. without feeling like, oh, we're people are looking at you like you're something, like you're disgusting, because no one should have to be looked at like you're disgusting unless they're doing disgusting acts. And I know people think, oh, mess with the same race is disgusting, but it's not as disgusting as like murder and robbing somebody. Like that's not bringing harm to nobody. So it's like I don't care what they do, but at the same time, what the issue really is with the trans, with them being with the same sex, is because they're doing a lot of trickery in that LBG community. That LBG community is having men act like they're men and they're really women, or women acting like they're women and they're really men. Like, and then you're tricking people, and then people gotta punch you, and men gotta probably try to murder you because you're not letting people know right off the bat that that's what you're choosing to do with yourself. And I know they're like, oh, well, I shouldn't be walking around. You should. Unfortunately, we don't want to say that you're doing something wrong, but please just make sure that people are aware. That's it. That's all we're asking. Just we don't like the trickery of it. Like the trickery is weird, but we're bothering men that we think are women that never told us that they were women. We're bothering women that we think, like we thinking men that's playing the role of women and men are lusting after them because they got the fake breasts. Like that's not cool, because now they're giving us a hard time and we're real women, and this is the agenda that you want to do. Like this is all agenda basis. So we gotta say, hey, it's not about you being gay. It's about the agendas and all the stuff that comes with the LBG community. It's a lot of criminality in here, a lot of bothering kids.
Exactly.
Like like that.
Exactly.
That don't fly. That's
they go too far.
Yeah.
Now allowing men dressed as who identify as women to go into the women's bathroom, women's spas that you get naked, and he just got his Johnson out. Talk about he identifies as a woman. Like no.
And you see how you called it. And you see how you called it a Johnson.
Exactly.
Hello. They know where it starts from. They know where all of it is coming from. It's coming from us, the American Negro, not the African. It's coming from the American Negro.
Yes.
And
they're pushing it in our face. It's like in your face with it. Like I don't even feel comfortable with seeing a straight couple make out in front of me. It's like, come on.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like somebody would think, oh, I care about two men. I don't even like a man and a girl kissing them. I'd be like, come on, it's not that serious. Unless it's your anniversary, save it for private time. Yeah, because it's an intimate moment. Like it's not for public. It's not for public display.
Right. And then you're letting kids pick. Like I feel like I'm a girl, so a 5-year-old knows that he should have worn a she.
No, when kids are doing that, when kids are doing that, I feel like CPS should be called on that house. I think they should be.
It's crazy that CPS can be called on you if your child identifies as the other sex and you don't oblige it. Like if you don't call your son a girl,
your own kid that came out your hoo-ha. The kid that came out of your hoo-ha, they telling you what the. Okay. Yes. That's not reality.
He can't even wipe his butt right, but I have to call him a girl and let him wear a tutu.
No.
Like, come on.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Yeah, that's pedophile. That's pedophile promotion. That's pedophiles telling people that's. And that's how I know the legal system is involved. Because, like, why even have a rule like that? Like, you're pedophiles. Y'all making pedophile rules. Because that's sexual orientation. And kids don't have no sexual nothing going on. So, yeah, sit your ass down. Sit your butt down. Sit down.
Exactly. When a kid is talking like that, that's you have to think, like, what are you being exposed to?
Yeah.
That made you even...
Call CPS. It's something going on. It's either the house, a family member, they sweeping under the rug, or because sometimes family members be weird and family don't want to deal with it. And a lot of people in the church know what that's about. And yes, they just try to because it be grandma's son, it be uncle this or And it's like
I wonder why our black families have a history of that of just like sweeping it under the rug. Like, if we don't talk about it, then it didn't happen.
That's true.
And you still have to be around this person and act like nothing ever.
Because that's grandma saying.
It's like no counseling, no
nothing.
It's like, all right, you survived it, right? So you're okay. I spoke to them. Just don't say nothing. Don't tell nobody out this side of this house.
That happens. That happens a lot. That happens a lot. That's why I'm an advocate. I try to be an advocate for like people bothering kids because it's like that's a no. And unfortunately, people got to start getting prosecuted for it. Like people need to start talking about it, and these people gotta. It's a sickness, and unfortunately, they're gonna have to either be executed or put under the jail because it's nothing that they could change. That's just something that's inside of their brain, technically. Like you're just not doing. If you got a well brain, you're not doing shit like that. So if something ain't right with your brain, your brain ain't wired right, and it's no fixing that. So you gotta do something with these people, because then that's why they put it under the rug, because it's like you're not gonna be able to fix that person. That person got a sickness.
And I hate when people say, "Oh, but I did it to someone else because it was done to me when I was a kid, so I thought it was normal." Like, come on. You know when it was done to you, you didn't like it. So come on.
That's true. That's true though. Unfortunately, a lot of people are pedophiles because something happened to them. The same thing happened to them. And I don't even know how that's even possible to become something that you know you didn't like, that was traumatizing for you. But I just think that it's just like, that's just the way it works. Like, if you're being harassed like that, then that's what you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you start to become a part of your personality. Yeah, like.
But too, now that you said that, it made me think of a clip when I think it was Oprah Winfrey, Whoopi Goldberg, and somebody else talking about being molested. And Oprah was one of them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Like, well,
it feels good.
It's done right.
Yes. That's when I knew Oprah was an OG in the game. Like she really one of them. That's why she's a billionaire. Because when you are part of it, like to that level, when you on that level of out of controlness, you could become a billionaire. That's what kind of world we're living in. That's the world we're living in. When you're that kind of sick, when you're like literally rooting kids to get molested because it might feel good if you do it right, you could become a billionaire. You're gonna get some money. You want to be on top tier getting money, because that's where the people that's in control of all the money are the sickest people out here. They're murdering. They are okay with murdering, poisoning, putting pollution in the air, making sure people are poor and living in certain kind of statuses through the social security number. They're zoning us. These are the people at the top doing this shit to us. So when you're that disgusting and weird to be a part of that pedophile talk, what she said, that's where you're getting your money. You're getting your money through them sick people. They're putting you on. You get to be on a yacht. You get to come with the big. You get to be with the big boys. And then you got to understand, if Oprah's doing that, well, how does Jay-Z become a billionaire? Well, how is Kanye a billionaire? How is all of these people? Yeah, like it's a lot of. They are doing weird stuff, and that's and it's got to have kids involved. Jay-Z is in trouble off of the video he did with R. Kelly. That video was when they did the Fiesta. They said it was a lot of underage girls on them islands. Like, yeah, so they are big time pedophiles. These are big time rapists.
That is the problem.
Human trafficking, pimping, big pimping, spinning G's. Huh?
Was it Haiti? Remember Oprah had the all girls school?
Oh, it was in Africa or was it in Brazil? No, it was in Africa. It was in Africa, and the guy that's from Brazil, that weird guy from Brazil, had children. He was over there having sex and impregnating them girls. Like, it was like Oprah was like, free game. Here, come and get free game on these girls that I got here for you. She had a school full of them getting raped. She had a school full of them getting sexed out.
They already sent their kids there because they thought they was going to get education, a better life, and it was a freaking turned to be a nightmare.
And a lot of those people want to get rid of their kids. They pick on those people. They try to go to those people and take their kids all the time because they know that they make those people live in big poverty so they could give the kids up. And most of the kids that get taken and get torn up is from other countries because we love our children here. A lot of these children here get spoiled and taken care of, and they gotta kidnap your kids and they gotta steal your kids or kill your or murder your kids somehow, and then take them on because they take them by. They use, I believe that they take all the corpses and take everything out. I don't think when that boy got found with paper in his body, I don't think that's like something I think they do that a lot. I think they take a lot of people's organs and stuff and don't tell nobody.
Yeah, the one that was found in the rolled up mat, right?
Yeah, I think he was found with tissue, newspaper tissue or something inside his body.
Yes, that's the family. Yes.
Yeah, because we're not giving up our children good enough.
I have the video of him going in the gym, but nothing seeing him come out. Nothing, like, they just don't know what happened to him once he went in the gym. Like, are you serious?
It was definitely a cover up, and they sometimes I feel like they target certain people because they want those parts. It's like car parts. It's like I need a certain good heart from a good strong black man. Like I need certain stuff that's going to lie, and then they gotta find the blood type. They get that through the hospital records. They know your blood type, this and that. They target people. A lot of these people get killed. You be thinking like, how did this person? And it's sometimes it be they need that. They need certain stuff, and they need certain blood type. They need certain. They think this is a grocery store. A lot of these old white people that live that old, you be looking like they're not eating good enough to live these ages. But they make sure that they transition those body parts out, like so they can live as long as they can.
Right. How old is Queen Elizabeth? Like 500 years old?
She was 100. She was 100. And there was no reason. There was no way she would have made it to 100. Like, what does she think she eating? She ain't living off no good food to be 100. She didn't look like she was in great health.
I see. She was always old. I'm like, when?
She's been 100 years old all her life. She's been that age all her life. She has been that age all her life. Because she's not a real person. She's just based off of... She died right when the transition of the crowning. So, it's like, was she really even a real person? Like, these are fake...
I don't think so.
These are fake people. They're synthetic. I think they change them out. Like, people saying, like, Hillary Clinton, she, this is like the fifth Hillary Clinton. Like, I think they change these people in and out. Like, they're not real human beings.
What's the girl? Meghan Markle and Harry?
Yeah, Meghan.
Did you see when she looked like a robot? Or like she had one of them masks on? Like her face was just in a smirk. She wasn't blinking. She wasn't anything. She was just like robotic. It was so creepy. And I'm like, do they just don't care no more?
I think they all are robotic at some point. Like, I really don't think a lot of these people that's on them high levels, I don't think it's real human beings. Like, I don't know, because it's like a role. It's a role that needs to be played for a certain amount of time. They got to do certain, but I don't think it's a real human being playing those. Like, these people have specific things to do for this person throughout their whole life. Like, it's already this, Jane Fox, all these people, their stuff is already planned out for them. So I don't think that they're even real human beings. I think they're just there for the plan of whatever their purpose was, and then they get rid of them. And sometimes those machines break down and they gotta replace them because it's not time for them to die yet. Like,
right. All right, I know I said this a million questions ago, but one more question.
Yeah, because I'm about to try to wrap it up too. But I'm glad that you called in because it was good convo.
Yeah, girl, it's like you're the only person that gets it. Everybody else calls me a conspiracy theorist. Like, you're crazy. You always thinking it's something and it's this and it's that. And I'm like, if I'm wrong, then, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, then you're fucked, right?
And I'm scared of the people. And I'm scared of the people that questions this because it's so hot. Like, it's obvious. Y'all don't care that Oprah got these girls. Like, do they not care about how Ellen, can they explain the creepy stuff that we can prove? Like, there's a lot of creepy stuff that is out there that you can do your own research on and say, hey, this is scary and creepy as hell. And you're still okay with these celebrities? That's the confusing part. So that's when I would think, who?
What do you think about Doja Cat? Do you think that she's a robot now? Or just a demon? Not even saying.
I be feeling like the original people that originally come, they're nothing like the people that get on. They're nothing like them. When Doja Cat originally came out, I feel like when Doja Cat became famous, they changed them out. I think just like with Young Fat, all of them, they all look totally different. She doesn't look like the same girl when she was trying to get on as the girl that actually became famous. When they become famous, I think they trade them out right then and there. I think they make their clone or they make their entertainment twin, right? I think they sell their image and they make that AI and they become these superstars. But it's and I don't know how these synthetic people are being made. But it makes me think of the movie when I first started my YouTube. I was talking about that movie. What is it called? It's something where the guy Bruce Willis, he plays in it, and he's a police officer, and he's laying down in the bed, and the AI is playing them while they're in the bed, with the headset on, just like Avatar.
Yes.
It's like it's him, but it's not him. He's not Jake Sully. He's the guy controlling his soul. His soul is controlling Jake Sully, but he's not Jake Sully. So I think they sell their souls and their image, their likeness, and they trade it into that avatar, the better looking version, the best looking version of them. And I don't know what they do with the regular person. I don't know if they enhance them. I don't know what they do, but it's always the same. And they be like, oh, because they got money now. But it's like, really? Does money make you look that different?
Right. Because she used to have a cute little shape, little thick.
Yeah, Doja Cat was really pretty. Doja Cat was really pretty when she first got on. And when she got famous, she looked a little bit different, and she been transitioning because they want her to be something. Like they want her to show like, oh, we relate to her. Now the people that like her is seeing her transition. So they got your eye. And they want you to see this reptilian. Right. She's turning into a reptilian. And it's like they want you to think that's cool too. Because when we first thought she was cool, it's like, oh, she's cool. Now she's doing all this weird stuff, and they want us to think that weird stuff is cool. It never fails. They always try to push their weirdness onto us, like, oh, that's cool, right? Because your cool person is doing it. Your cool puppet is doing it. And it's like none of us find what she's doing is cool. We think she's on crack. And they don't care. They just push it on us anyway.
Scary.
Because some people are going to do it. Some people are going to, do what she's doing. Some people are going to follow her image and think it's cute. And do all that weird, like the reptilian look. They're going to, they try to make everyone do that. It goes back to the reptilian.
Horrible, scary.
And just like the movie on...
She's so talented. Like...
Yeah, and just like the movie on Netflix, it was called Reptile. And it had nothing to do with reptiles. It was just a bunch of police officers doing dirty work. Dirty police officers. And it's called Reptile. And it's like, you got to understand what that means. It's because the police, the Fed, they're all in on it. They're all in on it. And the guy killed his pregnant wife in that movie. And they were all a part of it. Because at the end of the day, sometimes people got to get sacrificed to make more money.
Right.
It's all about them capitalizing.
And they don't care how they do it.
And Doja Cat cannot capitalize and make... Yeah, and Doja Cat, she can't capitalize and make more money with the cute image. With the, she just got our attention that way. But the money is where the weird shit is at.
Right.
The money is the weird stuff.
All right, Candace, I'm going to let you go. I hold you hostage. I think like an hour.
Yes, and I definitely want you to call back in. Don't be scared to call back in because you took that. We was here forever because I definitely, if I wanted to move on, I could have, but I just was happy that you called in. And I know a lot of people probably not even pressed the call in, so thank you for keeping me here. And that was a good combo.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Karma.
All right, have a good night.
All right, stay safe, all right?
You too.
Okay. Yeah, that was a great conversation. You see, you call in, it's nothing but vibes, man. Nothing but vibes. So make sure you guys call in. For the two people that did call in, Kay Harris and Karma, nothing but big love. Cause I thought nobody was even gonna call in. So the fact that you guys did call in, that really made me so happy. And I do hope to get more calls. I invite or cause I hope that one day I can get people that don't agree with me, that is civilized, and want to have a healthy debate. And it could get a little bit like catty if you want, but a debate is a debate, and I would love to have a debate with anybody that is like from a different background, a different culture, that don't believe that American Negroes are originally here and we are the Indians. And I would love to have a debate with anybody that wants to talk about history. But yeah, thank you guys for calling in. That was a lot of love. Yeah, good vibes only, absolutely. And Styles Horn, thank you for being a part of our conversation, because you was like writing all of these comments, and I definitely saw all your comments. Yes, you can call next week, Styles Horn, because I'm about to wrap it up. But whoever wants to call could call in. But I'm about to wrap it up, and definitely try to call. I might not be next weekend, but next live, definitely try to call in, because you was definitely saying a lot, but I didn't want to cut off the convo with the comments. So yeah, so I definitely was reading your comments, and you was right with us, like with the conversation. So thank you for that too. Um, yeah, so I was up here for a while, and I am about to get out of here. But to double back with the Chris Sean, I hope y'all did not let none of that stuff we said go over your head, because Chris Sean is definitely um a part of the big stage. So she could be anything. She could be android. She could be a transgender. She could be, but no, she's a part of the big stage. She's a part of the scam. She was raised and born. They are trained. These people are trained. These are not regular people acting like they scared to be on TV. These people were born to be where they're at, to follow the mission, to complete the mission. And the mission is to make you people ignorant as hell, because that is all she's promoting. She wants y'all to be bad moms. She wants y'all to be only chasing this man. You know what I'm saying? And doing all this weird stuff back and forth, and like as if you can't deserve better. Like she clearly could deserve better, but that's not what she wants to project. She wants to project weakness and ignorance. And I think her co-host, Stunner, I have a video of Stunner. She was saying only how she got on was because she was doing a live on TikTok, and she was like only how she got on and she was so hot was because she was fighting right off the bat. She came in hot. She came in hot fighting, and she was saying she was promoting nothing but ignorance, and she not even trying to do none of that no more, because that shit had to be mad exhausting just for one season. She had to be so exhausted that she couldn't even do another season of all that. For just like Krishan too. Krishan did one season of a bunch of fight. Well, she did the Blueface show too, but that the Bad Girl whatever club. She did one season of a bunch of fighting, and then the next season she was exhausted. Like it's not easy to even do all of that ignorance. Like they don't even want to continue to do it next season. They be looking like I'm tired. But you want people to do that in their lives. You're promoting people to do that in their lives, but it's exhausting to you, right? But anyway, let me try to see. I did wanted to go over a couple other things. I might not be able to finish everything, but um, I'm gonna save this for next time I'm up here, because I wanted to get into Trump too. I wanted to talk about Trump. I didn't get to talk about Eric Adams, and I kind of did, but I didn't. It wasn't really about Eric Adams. It was more about the migrants. Let me sit back here. It was more about the migrants, and how they are more. These people are being brought in for military, and they being brought in to do like the government jobs that's going to be available due to all the firing that happened in the city and in the government, because a lot of people didn't want to do this. So they're going to be filling in all those spots, probably taking in lesser money, this and that. So we all know that these people are coming in by contract. So I don't know why they're blaming Eric Adams, because Eric Adams did not bring these people in here. These people were going to come in here. These people were coming in here before Eric Adams was even in office. They weren't showing all the immigrants that were coming in here. They're just showing the people that's getting off the bus, because this is the way they like to exploit the Mexicans and the Spanish people. They love to exploit them that way. But they don't exploit the other people that came over here by plane, like the Arabs and the Russians and the fake hoo-hoos, the Turkish people, whatever. So anyway, yeah, so the Eric at the migrant situation, yeah, like I don't know. I was trying to show certain stuff. But I'm not gonna be able to get into all of this because this is a lot. So I'm gonna just show you a couple of like random subjects, and I'm gonna just get out of here. But yeah, I wanted to show y'all guys the baby thing. So little baby is getting talked about like crazy because the guy was grabbing little baby's butt, right? So I just feel like little baby is at the top of the charts because little baby is okay with this being shown on TV. Like little baby knew this was going to be public. Because guess what? He's a rapper, right? So if you're a gangster rapper, why wouldn't you be making sure that this guy is like dead? Because no way in hell you made a mistake. Like this guy couldn't have made a mistake. And if that's a mistake on a rapper, on a big time rapper, this no, not to be like saying like people should die, but this guy should be dead. You understand what I'm saying? Like this guy should be in the grave. Like you can't do that. Like that's bonkers. That could mess up his career. But yet, for some reason, it doesn't mess up his career. His career always continues to rise because this is what they paying. They're paying this. This is what's getting paid. Like this is what's gonna get you to be a celebrity. This is what's gonna get you to be rich. This is what's gonna get you paid. So I just felt that was crazy about how they're showing this guy, right? With get his butt grabbed. And it's like who will be right there with a camera at that angle to catch him getting his butt grabbed? So, like y'all gotta understand at this point, how is these still celebrities? How do we believe that that's their music that they're making? How do you believe that that's their songs? Because everything they're doing is so orchestrated, including their music. This is not their music. This is given to them. Their music is given to them. So if you're gonna be an A-list celebrity, top hitter, it's because it's given to you. It's not because you're nice like that. Because the music is being written by AIs. It's getting performed by AIs. They don't make none of that music. A artist only comes to lay down the vocals. That's their job. Their job is to lay down the vocals. But everything that's being composed and constructed, they probably have little to none to do with it. Little to zero to do with it. And I also want to show y'all this little girl. This little girl is being played by Kylie's daughter. A lot of people has been saying like, oh, this girl looks just like Kylie's daughter. This girl looks just like Kylie's daughter. No, this little girl plays the role of Kylie's daughter. This is the little girl that plays the role of Kylie's daughter. They're actors. They're actors, okay? They are actors. This is an actor. She's a professional actor. Okay? She plays the role of Kylie Jenner's daughter. Now that's Kylie Jenner's daughter. Identical. Identical. These people are actors, okay? These are actors. All right? Look at Britney. Britney Spears is not a real person either. This is an AI. And it's a man. Look at her body. Look at the body part. That's a pelvic. That's the same pelvic when that guy was like, dee, 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 dee. Remember that guy that was like, That's a pelvic. She could post this. She could pump that shit as she wanted to. That's a pelvis. She probably just got a small winky. She's trying to show us her dick line. Like, she's nasty, man. These celebrities are weird, bro. This is a man. This is a pervert man showing you his penis line. Nasty. Look at her. Another one. Another man. Look at her butt. Look at her torso. This is another man. With her gay, they always surrounded by gay men. They're all men. Look, that's her little boy. That's her son. That's her other son. They're all boys. This is a boys' club. She's a man. She's a man. That's a man. That's a man. That's a man's waist. That's a man's waistline, man. And look at Jay-Z with the same pants on again. He got the same pants on, hanging out with his billionaire friends, because you know what you got to do to be a billionaire. You got to get down as weird as them. You got to be as weird as them to be a billionaire. That means a lot of pedophile shit is going on, a lot of murdering, a lot of selling drugs to the community for people to get locked up and die. You got to do a lot of evil stuff to be a billionaire. You got to be a lot of you got to be very evil. Look at them hugging. Look at them hugging. Look how he got his hands under his waist, like how he got his hands placed under his waistline instead of above. Look how he got his hands on his shoulder by his neck. Like, this hug is weird. Like, this ain't a man hug. So this may be a woman. Because he's naturally giving a woman hug. He's not naturally giving a man hug. And look how he's standing. Look how he's leaning forward. It's like a woman. It's like a woman. I believe the real Jay-Z has been replaced a long time ago. And this guy that's who's playing him now is a transgender. And just like his mother is a transgender. There they go. Look at this. Look at this. They all got dreadlocks. Dreadlocks laughing at us. They laughing. You know, they're not American Negro. They don't got American Negro features. They don't got American Negro features. Now, I don't know if Jay-Z's father could have been American Negro, because sometimes they could be mixed breeds. But if you're being controlled by the other one, then you're going to infiltrate for the other side. You know what I'm saying? That's the Adam and Eve concept. You know, you could be of the father, or you could be like of the mother. You know, you could be of the other side. What side? You know, when you're mixed, when Adam and Eve have children together, that's like a West End and an American Negro and West Indians having children together. You see what I'm saying? So it start to become, you could come out looking like a Negro, you could come out looking like a West End, or you could be in betweenish. And, you know, I can always show you how that looks like. I can always give you the features on what that would look like. You got to realize that all these people are Caribbeans, bro. All these people are Caribbeans. All these people are Caribbeans. Look at their names. Look at these people names. Let me swip this around. Look at their names. How I never knew. I'm today years old to find out that Meek Mill's name was Robert Williams and that Rick Ross' name is Williams Robert. I was today fucking years old. Now look what kind of game they playing with us. You think it's a coincidence that the man that put this guy on got the same exact name but backwards? They don't even try to hide how fake their stage names are. Because we all know that Robert and William comes from like the biblical family. You know, that's one of the Williams and Robert, you know, that's part of the biblical family name. So these are their stage names. That's probably not their real names. And then what will be the coincidence that Meek Mill's name was Robert Williams, and then Rick Ross got the opposite, Williams Robert, and they ended up being like the dream team, the dream chasers or whatever, you know, like. And we already know that one is being accused of being a CO cop, and the other one is being accused of being very weird since he came home from jail. Very queer, very queerish. He was on the airplane with little baby with the little blanket over him. He had a blanket over him in the airplane with little baby. Like they just had spent the night with those white people that was on little baby butt. Meek Mills was with them. Meek Mills was with little baby on the plane with like a blanket. Like that was weird. That was weird. It was like they, like that was their little boos. Like those white men booed them up. You know what I'm saying? And then we got the names of Busta Rhymes in LL Cool J. Now, mind you, remember LL Cool J, ladies love Cool James. That's biblical. Georgie, Porgy, Pudding Pie made kissed the girls and made them cry. LL Cool James, ladies love James. It's the same concept. It's about the same guy. It's about the same American Negro son. All right? But mind you, they got James Smith because what is Smith? Smith is an agent name. Agent Smith. Now we got Trevor Smith, Busta Rhymes. Another agent, Agent Smith. You see what I'm saying? And you see LL Cool J is doing the Masonic hand. Only thing he had to do was tuck it in his thing, which he probably was already doing. You know, LL Cool J is a January Capricorn. And when LL Cool J played that movie Into Deep, he was in the movie Into Deep. He was playing the role of God, a big drug dealer that was selling drugs to everybody, doing all. And he was like, remember he told the crackhead, he was like, I'm God. Remember he told him that? So we just got to remember that these are like, we got to put all this together. Because this is the Colombian colonial. It got Coca-Cola. It got Coke written all over it. You know, they're trying to intermix drug dealer, big time drug dealer with God concept. I would love to try to explain that in the Colombian, the Columbus, like Columbus, Georgia, Columbus. Like it's not an actual person. They're talking about the drug trade. But I'm gonna try to get into that and explain that again. But I just want to go over all these twins because I love showing twins. And I do want people when you do call in, if you want to call in and talk about twins, so I can pull them up and put them side to side. Because I know a lot of people they leave comments and they want to talk about like people that they think are twinning. And I'd rather you call in. I love the comments. Please leave the comments. And when y'all do leave the comments, I do Google it and look into it and be like, oh shoot. But a lot of people actually write me. So it's really hard for me to come up to my next live and say, oh, this person said this, because like it'd be like 10 or 12 people that do it. But what you could do is call in. So while I'm on the phone, while I'm on the line, when I'm on my live, I could just pull it up on my phone and put it side by side so we could see what you're saying. Because a lot of you people come up with good, valid twinsies. And I like to do the twinsies. I love to pull up how they're directly related and there's no denying it. Now, mind you, both these people live in ATL, Georgia. And remember, he was on first. And he comes from the love and hip hop community, which her father comes from as well. A lot of people know her father from Love and Hip Hop. Benzino was on before Love and Hip Hop doing the source or whatever, but no one really knew who he was until Love and Hip Hop. And then here he goes, wanting to be a singer, rapper, whatever he wanted to be. He wanted to be an artist. Now, I already told y'all how they try to transition into so they could make money. So he is now a big artist, okay? Now, y'all might not believe this, but I just feel like it's not a coincidence that they all come from, like, look at their lips, look at their nose, look at their eyes, look at their eyebrows. Even their eyebrows is the same thickness. Like, it's like it's no denying it. They got the same neck line in their neck. This is Bobby Light from Love and Hip Hop, supposedly Trina's cousin, because they're Dominican or something like that. And this is supposed to be Benzino's daughter, whatever her name is. And she so happened to be, out of all his kids, she so happened to be getting put on. And it just so happened to look just like this guy. So yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of other things that connect them. Okay, Carmar said Peter Guns and Lord Tariq plays Kid. Well, yeah. A lot of people told me that, but I told people already that I don't want to do Peter Guns. I just don't want to do Peter Guns. But yeah, and it's not. It's I just don't want. I don't want to do Peter Guns because like I feel like people that like I know his like I've been around his like daughter and stuff like that. I don't want them to be like, oh, like like why are you talking about my father and stuff like and it's just like. But the unfortunate part about it is that yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Like, but they're definitely I feel like they're definitely a part of everything. I can explain how I feel like he is a part of everything, but I just feel like I gotta live in New York. Like, and I don't feel like nobody will come for me. I just feel like I don't like to talk about people that I feel like, well, I know that girl, and I know where she stays. Like, so it's kind of like and then it's like my show not even big enough for nobody to even care. But I would love to talk about a lot of stuff. Like I would love to talk about Peter Guns. I would love to talk about the baby, who I think the baby is. I would love to talk about a lot of things. Nicki Minaj, security. I would love to talk about a lot of things, but I don't. I don't. I leave a lot of things that I feel like um petty people could get upset about in New York because I gotta live here. So, but I definitely understand what I definitely feel like. Yes, like a lot of people, you're not like a lot of people have said that, and while I was on live, and I was like, yo, like I don't want to do Peter Guns, but him playing the role of I believe him playing Kid, right? Peter Guns play Kid, and Lord Tyreek plays Play. But yeah, I'm gonna just leave that alone. But you are definitely, I feel like you're definitely hitting it on the nose. I can't prove that, but I definitely think you're hitting on the nose. But what I could say is that they're definitely a part of it. Like they all in cahoots, bro. And yeah, yeah. And I don't want to. Anyway, I be tight. I be tight. I be ready to gossip, boy. I be ready to say I got a big mouth. I don't do a lot of talking to like strangers, but like if I know you like that, oh, we talking about everything. We getting it in with the conversation. Like me and my friend, like one of my friends, she was like an earth sign too. She wasn't a Capricorn, but she was an earth sign. We could be on the phone for hours. Earth signs don't play. Like we really be like and it be hitting. It be the gossip be hitting. It be facts. But yeah, oh, I wanted to talk about Young Miami as well before I go. Okay. Style said they not coming for you because I got your back. Okay. You better be from New York. You better not be somewhere far. And I throw the hat up. I throw that bat signal up. You better come swimming for me. Um. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm glad y'all feel like say what you got to say, Ken. It's like some people got to say stuff, especially people that feel like, oh, I hung around a lot of stuff, so I don't want to seem like I'm not, because nobody gonna want to hang around you, like or like be a part of, like they'll be like, oh, this girl talks about certain things that they feel like should be private, and it's like, no, because y'all out here exploiting and using and abusing, so no, I'm gonna say what I want to say, and I was manipulated. People try to use and abuse as well, and I'd be like, damn, I thought people were my friends. And it's all about the mission. It's all about them capitalizing. So I could say whatever I want. Like people already disappointed me. I've already been a part of stuff where I'd be looking like, yo, y'all people are, y'all know y'all coach. Like they're coach. They're part of stuff. They're part of things. And it's like, bro, it's obvious. And then it's like, what do you say to these people without, them trying to jump you? Like, get the pack on you, get the wolf pack on you. But anyway, you just gotta like back out. You just gotta back out gracefully and act like you didn't know nothing. And it's like whatever. But anyway, yeah, the Young Miami. So Carmar says, Little Wayne baby mother Toya is Trina. That's crazy because I think Little Wayne's baby mother Toya plays a lot of roles. I think Toya plays Nicki Minaj. I think Toya plays I think Toya plays the girl on Love and Hip Hop, Carly Red. I think Toya plays a lot of roles. I think Toya could be Trina too. I think because Trina messed with Wayne and all that connection, and all these people come straight out of Miami, Florida. This all this stuff is corrupt in Florida. Um, yeah, I think Toya plays a lot of roles. I think her whole family's a part. Her mother's a crackhead. Her mother and father had a whole bunch of kids together. And I'm trying to figure out how, if her mother was a crackhead and she was giving all her kids away, how all her kids is from the same man. Now, it's possible, but usually crackheads be all over the place, like Keisha Cole moms or something like that, and they have a bunch of kids by a bunch of different men. But somehow Toya's mother had all her 8 or whatever kids by the same man. And he's not with to get like it's given Mason. It's given like they part of what I'm saying? Like they part of a and they like to procreate. They like to put a lot of those kids in the world so they could be like a lot of these Mason or people that be like, oh, we could have 8 wives or 7 wives. They want to have a bunch of children, like Nick Cannon. They want to have a bunch of children so they could be infiltrating out in the world, bro. Their father and them, those are people that's gonna be like, oh, you don't know who my father is. You ever came across somebody that be like, oh, you don't know who my father was. That's gonna be like Nick Cannon kids and all those other people like kids. They get them. They take a lot. They get a lot of kids and they put them on. They put them in all kinds of like things, and they become the next generation of ripping us off. Like these celebrity kids become celebrities right off the bat, like Kim Kardashian, Northwest, Blue Ivy just did a whole tour. Her bank account is lit. Northwest bank account is lit. Like these are kids becoming rich off of just the jump, just off the rip. Right off the rip, they are being rich. It's a scam. It's a scam. We ain't never gonna get on. If your rich people are just instantly becoming rich, their kids is instantly becoming rich and they're all gonna just be rich celebrities. They're always gonna be it's always gonna be them in their group and their family. When is other people gonna get that opportunity to be a star? When all these people just make sure that it stays all in the family. Come on, man. Even somebody in the comments said that Blueface and Chris Sean are cousins. They kissing cousins. They out here having kids together. These people on the same shows or whatever, they having kids together and they don't be together. They don't never be together. Because it doesn't excuse me. Because they having the kids for the like Scientology or whatever, they having the kids for the kids belong to the company. You understand what I'm saying? Like Mimi said she was in Scientology and she had to run away. No, you did exactly what or they are part of they put them in strip clubs, they put them on TV, they put them they are all a part of the mission here to be in this country. This is a weird immigrant mission. It's like I'm telling you, it's an immigrant scheme, a traveling circus. Look at these 3 rings and keep your attention here while we do whatever we doing here. Mind your business while we taking all the resources, we putting y'all in fucked up job positions. They keep us entertained, and these people, this is their jobs. They make their children get to work. They make their babies and kids get to work. Chris Sean kid is already getting to work. Chris Sean's son is already getting to work. He's already working. Because those kids don't belong to them. They sell their souls out. It's like slavery. They sell their souls out and their kids being born into it. Blue Ivy. Born, live it. What is it? Blue Ivy? Blue, it stands for born living under evil or something like that. Born living under evil. Like that's what blue is supposed to have stand for. Blue collar, the blue, this and that is blue living under evil. The blue police gang, all that blue this, blue that, the Democrats. Is blue is it's because it's representing the water gang. The people that live under the water, the island, this and that. It's a representation. So Yes, I was showing y'all Young Miami because she was sitting there talking about Puff Daddy goes on and like, like he has sex for like people was like, girl, why you lying? She know that she was when before she even started saying that about Puff Daddy, she started to laugh. She in him started to laugh like he like what's so funny? Because they knew that they was about to this first of all is always scripted. They knew they was gonna say these lines. And then these lines come up, they already giggling because they already know that she about to say some bullcrap weirdo lie about him, her being. She said she was trying to make him buenos noches, and of course she's gonna use a Spanish word because they're black Spaniards. And she's like, oh well, I thought I was gonna like make him go to sleep, but he's tired. He made her go, he's tiring her out. And it's like if they don't go ahead and die, like stop lying. Everybody was like, that's why they was laughing before she even said it, because they knew the response that was gonna come behind that. They knew everybody was gonna be like, "Girl, bye. You a young 20-something-year-old, and you got a vagina. You could go 24/7 if you feel like it. Like, go ahead, girl, go away. Go away with that lie." She couldn't keep up. Like you young as hell. And you telling me you couldn't keep up with some old man that's been wearing? He's been getting his off probably every day, 3 times a day. As a celebrity, he's getting probably, you know what I'm saying? And you telling me that person is still making you run for the money. So it's like these people be lying right in your face. They'll lie right in your face. They'll laugh and giggle about it because they know they about to lie. And they'll laugh right in your face. I don't really have nothing really else because my phone is freezing up. I don't know why my phone froze up. Like it's not even letting me. Like YouTube want me to get the hell off. Like it's not even letting me do anything. This is what they do. My phone just froze for whatever reason, and just the photo because everything else is working. My photos froze. Look, my photos froze. How can? Okay, here it is back now. Okay. So let me see. I don't think I got anything else that I really wanted to show. Oh, the little Tay girl. Before I wanted to show all the little celebrity stuff before but the little Tay girl, they act like this girl died. And then she came back with a fake black girl shape. Now you know damn well her Asian ass ain't got no hips like this. And she came back with a black girl shape trying to get on. Like I want to use her as an example of what Jeezy and Jeannie Mai is doing, of what Remy Martin, Remy Reminisce and Pat Poots. All of these people are doing negative, weird things to promote their upcoming projects. I cannot make up how sick and tired I am disgusted that they think that they gotta show us some weird breakup or some negative fight or or somebody gotta die and come back to life for them to promote a project, to promote an upcoming show, or to promote Jeezy's book, to promote whatever they're doing at the time, to promote Remy's rap battle franchise, to promote Jeezy's book, to promote. You see what I'm trying to say? They all be having upcoming projects, and they always got some type of scandal before the upcoming project. It's like, oh, put a scandal out. Like, are we that retarded and ignorant to be like, oh, they got this scandal, and then here goes their upcoming project. It's like I wouldn't support no project that they do if they gotta sit there and do some weird shit. If they gotta do some weird stuff like that just to promote a project, please don't support it. Don't support Jeezy's book. Don't support Reminisce rap battle. Don't support Little Baby's music because he's promoting gay. He's promoting it to be a gay to act like he's straight, but you could do gay things and be straight. Like that's what he's like. He's promoting. Hey, you could be straight and have guys grab your butt. Like that's not true. You can't be straight and have guys grab on your butt every 5 seconds. Like that's not true. Especially as a rapper. Rappers is having a whole different definition now. Because from what I know, rappers don't get their butts grabbed. So, and then Baby already said he don't say no. He don't say no. He get them gifts. He like those gifts. He like his white tricks. He like his sugar daddies. He love it. And you see how they call them sugar daddies because it's about the sugar. It's about Cain. It's about capitalism. And I'm a January Capricorn, and I just want to make sure that everybody's aware that it's times 10 over here. Wakanda forever. You know what I'm saying? So I could kind of like decode a lot because I'm a January Capricorn. I could decode a lot. I'll be looking like, ooh, I can see that scam from a mile away. I could see that hustle from a mile away because ain't nobody hustling more than a January Capricorn. We got a plan on top of a plan on top of a plan on top of a plan. I'll be moving on to plan G. I'll be like, oh, you did that? In 2.3 seconds, I'm on plan F. I already got another plan for that. I be having a plan for everything. I be like, oh, okay, I got a plan for that. You know what I'm saying? So I be good. I be good all the time. I be checkmating all day, 10 steps ahead on my game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to lose. I'm going to be a good competitor. And F, you're even going to be competition. Because I'm guaranteed wins. I'm taking a W all the time. You ain't think of like, this is kind of like a shot. Don't think you ever talking or touching anything I want. Don't think you ever talking or touching or come or having anything that I wanted. If I wanted it, it would not be of something you could touch or talk to, or you wouldn't be able to touch it. Because that's how protective and how many steps ahead of it I will be. I would be so many steps ahead of it, you wouldn't be able to get a chance to say anything. So if you got a chance to say something, or if you talking or touching something, it's because I threw it in the garbage already. It's already garbage. It's already out of here. But anyway, that's just a little shot that I be throwing to a little couple fucking whack people that probably watch me for no damn reason. No, they don't like me, but they probably watch anyway because they're weird. But anyway, that don't got nothing to do with the people that comment here. Don't think that I'll be never talking about my people that be here. Like we trying to get somewhere. Just like Kay Harris, we're trying to get along. I want us to like be able to I want us to talk and try to get together and get along more. I think a lot of people think Negroes don't get along because they put us all together with the West Indians, the Africans, the this, the that, and all of us do not get along. So if you're gonna put us in that kind of category, absolutely not. We don't get along. But for American Negroes, do we get along? Hell no. But do we hang out still together? Hell yes. We like to hang around each other and be like, do you owe me some money? He'd be like, hell no. But if I do, here you go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we like to hang out together, and she could get wow. But yeah, I do want us to like really like try to get together and really figure out what appropriate steps we should be taking. And I don't think Trump is anybody that's promoting Trump is a problem. Like we got people over here saying niggas for Trump. Like with that guy that I was showing y'all, and I believe that this guy is playing the role of Jonathan Majors. I think Jonathan Majors is playing the role of this guy I showed y'all, Sean Adams. This guy named is Sean Adams, and it's weird because Sean stands for John, and the guy that I think plays Sean Adams, Jonathan Majors. His name is Jonathan Majors, and Sean and John is like the same name, right? And then mind you, Sean Adams is coming from military. He's an ex-military. He was a higher rank too. He was like on a level, so he had certain security clearances, right? Like he's on a higher level. He's not just like no regular ass military. He got ranking. So he's coming from the military, and Jonathan Major is like a military title. So he was like a major. So you see what I'm saying? Don't put it, if they're not directly the same person, people, they're all in the same weird ass community. And I would love to know if they're fake AIs or if they're really just coming from different countries. I don't know how they're fucking doing this. But Jonathan Majors and Sean Adams, same people or cloning some type of, direct relative prototype. Prototype 1, prototype 2, like making a couple of them. And they just look a little bit different. But this guy may be Jonathan Major. He may be Jonathan Major may be playing the role of Sean Adams, right? Now, Sean Adams is some type of like guy that does poly, and he's trying to get people information. He wants to get people information to do scams on your name, blah, 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 blah. I don't really want to talk about much, right? I don't really want to promote these people, but I do watch the show. I'm a little bit addicted to that little ghetto ass show on TikTok. But And he's like the highest rated show on TikTok. Nobody's pulling in numbers like him. It's very hard to pull in more than a couple thousand. He could go anywhere from like 10,000 to like 30,000. And it's rare that happens on TikTok. So he's a part of the people that gets the big large views. He gets the big large views because he's a part of it. They give him that platform to get that many views so he can give his agenda out to that many people. So anyway, look what he says.
Listen, man, we giving out game, and the most valuable thing I can say, make sure y'all get the right leader in office. Niggas for Trump. Come on, and throw up your foes. You see the foes, you know what's going on.
You heard that? Did you hear that?
Don't come across. Listen, man, we giving out game.
Niggas for Trump.
Make sure y'all get the right leader in office. Niggas for Trump. Come on, man.
Woo! Now does that sound like? Now, mind you, Sean, he's definitely French. She's like French. So and then Olivia is from India or whatever. She's Indonesian, and she be saying little racist stuff too. And none of them are American Negroes to be saying nigga nothing. They're not niggas. They're not niggas. And that's why he's saying it like, niggas such a nigga, like saying, oh, we sound white or whatever. Like, no, you don't sound white. You sound like the place you're from, France. You sound like a French person, and it sounds like you're saying derogatory. You're trying to act like, well, I'm black. You're not really the black that we are when we say nigga. You know what I'm saying? You're saying nigga with your white friends. You're on another agenda with this nigga stuff. And he said nigga for Trump, niggas for Trump. So this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Everybody that's saying Trump this, Trump that, they are a part of some type of military police. This is all military operative. This is all one, like, and they're all criminals. They're all drug, human trafficking criminals, bro. This guy messing with this young girl. She has supposed to be 18, but everybody's saying he was messing with her before then. Like, this is all the same concept. He's trying to get more women in there. This is pimping at its finest. He's trying to make all these women give his check to him. We all got our money. It's our money. It's our money. You're going to try to get 7 women in this our money. That means you getting a lot of money. That's 7 women giving you their check. And you talking about our, I don't think those women are going to benefit off of, like, they're supposed to benefit through him, right? Through this distribution. But, like, these women don't really benefit off each other. This man is milking the hell of a cow. He's milking the crap out of these cows. You know what I'm saying? This is milking cow at its finest. So these people are all a part of it, and he's promoting Trump. So you think Trump is the best choice? All of these people that's part of the manosphere or whatever these people are, Charleston White, they're all a part of the same community. This is all the same weird ass community where they get their checks from. I don't care what topics they take on, because some people could say, hey, they're doing poly, and then you got Charleston White that's promoting hating white, violence towards white people. They all have their topics and their agendas, but they all get their check from the same criminal. And I wouldn't say white. It's African, Asiatic, it's Asians, it's all of them. Jewish, Turkish. So they're all getting their checks from the same people that's from a different country, over across on the other side of the world. Because I wouldn't want to say different country, because you could be from a different country and still be on this side of the world. Their agenda, their checks, their payments, their selling of the soul comes from people from the other side of the world. The people from the other side of the world wants to destroy the people from this side of the world, man. And these people get paid. They're on their payroll. They are on their payroll, and they don't have no remorse on giving us and feeding us this here. They try to act like he's an American Negro and try to make us follow this weirdo lead. And he's not an American Negro. This guy is he got to be French or something descent. And with the name Sean is French for John. So it's like, yeah, he's most likely French descent. And they love to put these people on the platform and act like they're Negroes from the South and we should be following them. But I know what a Negro from the South look like, sound like. We know who's kin to us. You know what I'm saying? Like the ladies that I spoke to on the phone, I feel like they were American. I could just hear in their voice, just like, you could tell on somebody's voice whether they're from a different culture, from a different background, because they'll use certain words. And it's like, okay, you might be West Indian, or you might be Spanish, or you might be, there's these certain words you guys use, and it's like, it's a lot that you could determine. But I'm just saying, like, I could determine, like, these are none of these two are American Negroes, but yet he's telling niggas to vote for Trump. Niggas vote for Trump. Come on, at this point, y'all gotta get these people off our backs. You gotta get them away from us. At some point, you gotta say, get the F away from American Negroes, man. Y'all weird on us. Y'all super sick on us. And don't you notice that in history or whatever, in history, like Young Pharaoh, all these people, they could never talk about nothing about a Negro. They got nothing to say about a Negro. Nothing to say about it. It's not. We don't come up in history where they don't talk about Negroes. They don't talk about the American War, what all Negroes have done in the wars. They don't talk about no greatness about the Negroes in America. They never talk. All those conscious black people that talk about Egypt and this and that, they never talk about Negroes from America because they can't stomach our accomplishments. What we could prove. We got our stuff documented. It's on tape. All this stuff is fairy tale, man. It's all mythology. You gotta use your imagination. You gotta start drawing stuff. You gotta start getting a coloring book. So they can't even stomach to talk about American Negroes because none of them talks about us. None of them talks about us. And when we do try to bring ourselves up, they be rolling their eyes, sucking their teeth. They don't want to talk about us ever in life. All they want to talk about us is that we slavery and we mix with white, and that's why we look the way we look, because we don't look like them. We don't look exactly like them. We got very, very different features. You won't look at me and say, "Oh, you a West Indian," or you are African. You won't look at me and say that. Somebody that's retarded, a part of that, would say that, but somebody from here would know that's not what I am. You know what I'm saying? They would never ask me that. So they can't even stomach to acknowledge us. And that's when I noticed that a long time ago in life, that nobody likes to talk about us at all, about nothing great, nothing this. Is always some negative shit. Like they try to keep us down. They don't never want you to think of nothing about something good. They feel like we already got too much confidence. People from the South and stuff, they look at us like we uppity. Like people think, oh, we ghetto now. But before we were very educational, very sophisticated, and they looked at us like we were uppity and we looked down on them. They have changed the timetables on us, and at the same time, a lot of us are still not as ghetto as they portray us. That's a lot of other cultures that's acting like that. That's the infiltrators. A lot of us are still very bougie. Like Carmar said, her son talks very like just probably like how we talk, like very simple. Like we're not like yeah, and nigga, like that guy that has like a lot of views. I forget what that guy name is. He got like little doodle dress. He always talking about Chicago. He gets a lot of views because he talks very ignorant and very. So like what we do, they say, oh, that's white. No, that's us. We were always civilized, educated, and things like that. So I just don't like the concept that they like to try to knock us off the pedestal. Because we're on we're number one. We're on the top of the pedestal. And they love to just knock us off they do not want to let us ever think that we're like, because they already feel like you already got too much confidence. You already trying to be a show. You already trying to be the star. You understand what I'm saying? So because we want to be the star and stuff so bad, they become the producers. They become the people behind the star. Because they know that they can't beat you in that, but they can make money off of you. And it's like, why are you making money off of me? And I'm the star. I'm the entertainment. I'm like, how does that work? So you see what I'm saying? They don't never want you to have no more confidence than what your ass already got, thinking you was a slave and that you got. Look how much confidence we have off of that fake lie. So imagine if we get the real story. Or, we obviously know the real story. That's why we got our confidence. If we really believe in what they gave, the stories they gave us, we shouldn't have no confidence in thinking that we so all that and we look, American niggas love to say they good looking and this and that. And, the Jacksons, like my Jackson side of the family, it's like a joke where they always be like, ooh, we good looking and da-da-da-da. So, I get that from my family because they always talk about how good looking they is. And people from the South, we think we gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? We always think we good looking. So, that's always been our thing. And I just think people just don't want us to, they just want us to just shut up. You know what I'm saying? They just hate it. some of those people, they got good looking people, this and that, but it's not the majority. The majority is not, that's not it. No. The majority just is like, they is what they are. And, yeah, they just want to just keep not, they just want to put us in like, don't ever think you this. And that's exactly what we are. And we should be thinking that. But they always want to put you in a psychology mindset that you're at the bottom. Because in reality, it's reversed, right? In reality, we live in a reverse world, right? So if they keeping us, our reality is the bottom, is because naturally, if we reverse it back to the normalcy, we'll be at top where we were. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to make sure that everybody is aware that this ain't no, I'm just trying to guess. Like, no, 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 no. This is history, and I'm just trying to be making sure that it doesn't continue to be hidden and distorted. And we got a lot of people that's not raised and born generation down generation from the South telling us about our history, and it's weird. We don't need people that's from other countries, you first generation, second generation here, about telling us about our history. It's just uncomfortable, because I just don't get, why would you do that? We would know our relatives from other countries if that was the case, just like you guys do. We would know that we third, second, fourth generation. We've been in here for 5 gen. Look at this. Look at the show. Do y'all watch? I'm gonna get out of here. This is it for me. But this is where I'm gonna leave it at. Do y'all watch The Wire? Not The Wire. The Shy. The Shy, they was talking about, I didn't even know the little boy and his father, the preacher, the fat boy, and his father, the preacher, name was Jackson. I didn't even know their last name was Jackson until I saw the episode where they killed the father, right? The drug dealer killed the father because the drug dealer said that the preacher father had more power than him. He said the drug dealer dude, he said the preacher got the residents more scared of God than they are of being scared of me. Now, don't let that go over your head. How could people in the neighborhood be more scared of what the preacher is telling them? The preacher's saying, "Hey, don't go out there doing it." Remember in that episode, he was telling them not to do this and not to do that, and it was making bad business for the drug dealer. And the drug dealer saying, "Damn, the word of God is so powerful that they not even scared of me, a scary drug dealer that will kill them. They not even scared of me because they are more worried about God and what God thinks about them." That shit is powerful, bro. And it was so powerful that they needed to kill that man so he could stop speaking those powerful words that will make regular people stand up to a powerful drug dealer in the hood that could kill you. They'll stand up to that guy for the word of God. So that's how serious that shit is, right? And his name was Jackson in the show. So I was like, that's crazy that they got this guy named Jackson, right? And then the father was telling him not to date the girl because the girl was from a family that was doing little corrupt shit. He was saying her father was a preacher, but her father sends out the collection plate like 10 times more than he should. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's sending out the collection plate every year. So he's saying that family, we don't want to deal with that family. That family comes from a bad bloodline. You think that's a coincidence that Jackson father was telling her, his son, not to mess with that girl because that girl is like Eve, because that girl is not from the right bloodline. Her bloodline family grimy. They doing scumbag. They money hungry. They doing scumbag stuff. And we don't live like that in his bloodline. He would not accept his son to be doing that. He got to be doing right stuff, righteous, right? And then the son didn't feel comfortable dating the girl no more after this father died because the son becomes the father. Junior becomes senior when the father dies. Junior becomes senior. So, the son becomes the father becomes the son becomes the father. That's why that concept of Jesus, John, all that always is like damn near in one cycle. It's always the father going on into the son. Sometimes the father is sacrificed in the story, and sometimes the son is sacrificed in the story because they are one. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, I want to show y'all the clip of how let me show. I got to see the clip first so it can remind me what I'm trying to show. Wait a second. Okay, here it is right here. So I wanted to show y'all the clip.
Sit down. No.
Now the son name is Papa Jackson.
See, the son defied the father, and he was telling him he didn't want him to date the girl because of her bloodline.
So he's his own man.
He's saying that her father was a minister, and he passed.
And him telling his preacher father, I could do whatever I want, is like being do as thou will. You know what I'm saying? This is all biblical, and that's why they put. So I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna try to pick it back up with the Jackson thing because I had a lot of stuff to say about the Jackson. I wanted to talk about Sha'Carri, how Sha'Carri Richardson, and she was going against that girl Jackson. And they kept pinning Jamaica and America against each other, like who's going to be number one? Who's going to be number one with Jamaica and America? Because remember, I tell you, Jamaicans are like in my head, I think they are the British, and we are the English. We are the English royalty, and they're the British royalty, right? And British is technically only why they're royalty is because when the Dutch came in here, and started to intermix with us, they become royalty through our bloodline. They mix in with us and they become British, and they have their own royal as they have intermixed with us. We are the two families, right? It's the English royalty and it's the British royalty. There's no other royalty out here. There's no other royalty in the world. It's other kind of concepts, but the real crown belongs to the English and the British. Now you see how they only talk about the British and the British and the British and the British because remember the son went on with the wrong bloodline. And then somehow that wrong bloodline took over, like the Smith, Curtis, da 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 da. But I'm not going to explain all that stuff right now. It's super late. Thank you for whoever called in. I do appreciate you two girls, you two ladies. And I do hope to hear from more people. I hope that you guys have, whatever you want to talk about, concepts, topics. I just come up here to freestyle. I've already gave all my lectures. I'm lectured out. I've gave as much lectures as I could about like the information, but it's not a lot of information as far as American history and how the real kind of the original story comes from. Now, as far as history, when it comes from the duplications, the copycat written, the copyrights of our story being stolen and given out to different religions so they can have their own Jesus Christ stories. I don't know too much of how that occurs. I just know that a lot of this mythology is all based off of cartoon pictures, and it's not something that we could prove. And they start their fake biblical stories off hundreds of thousands of years ago because they don't want you to ever be able to prove it. They put you in a timeout. It's like a timeout section because you're never going to be able to get to that time frame to prove anything. So that's kind of like putting you there. It's like feeding you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm like say? Like, it's like basically like lying and it's like feeding you lies and you're eating it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to explain what I'm like. Like, I'm not, like, you know how people be like, I'm not trying to sell you. Like, I'm not trying to sell you no story. Like, when they trying to make you take them, what they saying serious, they be like, I ain't trying to sell you no story. Because that's exactly what happened. Our story got sold out through that Jubilee. And I'm going to try to talk about the Jubilee and I'm going to have to come back and talk about it. But I did enjoy, I always love coming up here and talking to people that's like-minded. This is why I do these videos for. This is why I do it live. I do it live because I really want people to come together and let me still deign and make you think. Like, I do this to make you think. And trust me, all of these people are questionable. All these people are questionable, man. Dane Calloway with him. He sounds like he be beating his wife, but let me leave them alone. They've been happily married for 16 years. Let me let him beat her in private. Let her come out and tell us what's going on when she's ready. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Whenever she's ready, sprinkle, sprinkle. Because Dane Calloway, you could tell he controlling that house with a iron fist. But He seems, I think he's cool. I think his birthday was just recently, and I think people that's born in September are really smart. Like they're really creative people on making money. I think people that's born in September are very creative in getting that bag. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't surprised that he was some born in September. And but anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Try your best. I don't ask you guys for much, but I am going to ask you for your likes. Please, on your way out, hit the like button. The more likes I get, the more my video could get pushed out. So my views won't be so low. Like, I feel like I'm losing like all my audience. And it's like, why? Because, I feel like we need more real content. Y'all need to stop being on these scripted contents because it's just making you stupid. Like, and if it doesn't make you stupid, it makes you lazy. Like, they just want you to be stuck. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what we doing over here. We not stuck. Like, we wanna move forward from what we've been stuck in this matrix. We want to get out the web. We want to get out the net web. We want to get out the spider web. Charlotte's web. We want to get out of it because Charlotte is where it all started. And I've tried to explain Charlotte in the birth of her son and this and that, but I gotta wait till I gotta find some time to really get into that. But I'm not no longer doing really much like educational lectures like how I used to do. Like I used to really like double down on just sticking to the script of getting all the information. But I feel like the script of the original script isn't that long. It's a quick story. A lot of these people were not here before, and I don't like to talk about all the made up lies to make the fake story fit. A lot of this history is made up lies to fill up some gaps in between these 30,000 years. They fill in like ridiculous gaps. So the real actual history story is not even like 100, 150 years old. It's not much to tell. You know what I'm saying? So, I try to give as much information I can about how American history goes and how it all kind of spills out from here. And, whatever information y'all get out there, I can't relate to it, but I would like to understand so I can get a understanding of what they're stealing from us. Because most of the stuff that you're going to tell me is going to be a stolen version of our story. So anyway, like, share, subscribe, man, and enjoy the rest of you guys' Sunday. Enjoy your week. Have a productive week. Get the Monday morning started with a bang. Have your energy ready to get through this long ass week. And I'll be back up here probably within 3 weeks, probably sometime towards the middle of October, second or third week of October. Because I definitely don't come up the next week. I'll be, it's very difficult to make time to be here for 2-3 hours. And it's very impossible to be up here for like an hour, doing lives. There's no point to come up here live for like a half an hour. You want to spend time. That's the whole point of lives. So, it's not easy to do that every week. If I was doing this for a career and I had a sponsor and I was part of the groups, I could do this like Young Pharaoh and them because that's their job is to infiltrate and spread foolishness. But that's not my job. I don't get paid. I get paid my regular job, and then I come here and promote stuff that they don't want to support. They don't want to sponsor this kind of conversation. So I do this for free. So if anything, just like my video. That would help me out a whole bunch. And I'll see you guys in 3 weeks. All right? Have a good night, y'all. It's all love. I do this with love, man. Have a good night.